All right, let's get the likes up. Like for live. What's up? What's up, Sapphire? What's up, Bria? Well, this is an estimate for you. All right, like the live, y'all. Like the live. So we get people in here. Y'all know how it goes. So we get people in here. Y'all know how it goes. Like it live. So we get people in here. Y'all know how it goes. What's up? What's up, Jay? What's up, Lex? How you doing? What's up, Lex? How you doing? Get to the point. How about you come up and ask me? What did y'all create? Europeans and Africans. What's up, CO? Cherokee Bye. What's up, engine number 9? I'm trying to figure out how I got a hole in my sleeve. That's weird. I'm gonna roll it up. I'm gonna just roll this thing up. Trying to figure out what's up, Venus. Trying to figure out how I got a hole in my sleeve. Maybe it came from work or something.
Wait, let me get on my iPad. I'm on my Android.
For sure.
Y'all, if any of y'all have Android, or does the audio be going off for you? Because it just be muting my mic on TikTok for some reason.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Only
I
when I'm
haven't
on
used
this.
it. My bad. Yeah.
I said, yeah, only when I'm on this phone though. It would be the microphone just stops working. The mic will be on, but it don't be no audio coming out.
Sure. Yeah, I was about to say I haven't used an Android since 2020. So
Android, you haven't had Android since 2020?
nope.
I switched to Apple in 2019 and I switched back to Android in 2024. I cannot stand Apple.
I feel you. I
And
feel
I
you.
lost all my APKs. Y'all know APKs?
Yeah,
I was getting so much free stuff with them APKs.
for real. I was just like, yeah, it's just at this point, I was like, as long as the phone works, like that's what I'm on.
Right.
As long as the phone works.
But they be adding like bugs to Apple for no reason so you could get the updates. I'm like,
Enter the studio. Share the screen. There must be something going on about this laptop, dude. What's up? Like the live, y'all. Like the live. How long you been on? How long have been on stream now? Only 5 minutes? Why does it feel like be on live longer? Why? I'm trying to figure out why it feels like I'll be on live longer. Like, I have no idea. And why? And I've only been on. How long have I been live? 6 minutes. What is going on?
Tap the screen, y'all.
What's up, Kenwood?
Let's see who's in here. So many
Period. Tokyo Joe.
see someone trying to join Western.
Ooh.
Let's see.
They got Lester. Lester. What's up, Lester? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Black.
Huh?
Black.
Black?
You know, yeah.
From where?
From North America. Like my family generations are like from here, like since like 1853. But I can't find nothing before that. Even on
Your
Ancestry,
audio
I can't go.
do you have
Yeah, I
like
can barely hear
your
you.
finger over your microphone or something? Like your audio is like muffled.
No.
Yeah,
Can you hear me
sound
now?
muffled. I mean, it's better.
Oh, hold on. It's better?
It's like yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I can't go no further back than 1853 with my ancestry. That's as far as I could go. So
Hmm.
yeah. Because of the
Okay.
slave record. So, yeah, but I'm black. You know what I'm saying?
All right, what's your thoughts on the prompt?
Yeah, so but yeah, so with the prompt, something they created before 1865 was the cotton gin in like 1793, I think. Or something like that,
Oh,
That's why they started mass producing the cotton. Eli Whitney invented it, but it was like to speed up production and shit. You know what I mean? You know what I
okay,
mean? I
cuss
think
up here.
some slaves helped him with some shit. Huh?
You can't cuss up here.
You what?
You can't cuss up here.
Yeah, so what do I don't know what do y'all think about the prompt? You know what I mean? I mean, what else did they
Trying to figure out what they invented.
before 1860? What did they create after 1860?
That's not
Yeah.
the question. What did Europeans and Africans create before 1865
What they
in
invented?
America?
Yeah.
Toilet tissue.
Well, one thing is the cotton gin. Yeah,
Okay.
or whatever. I don't. Yeah, but I know like the cotton gin for sure. But like a lot of times they steal patents and shit like that.
You
You know what I
can't
mean?
cuss
Getting
up
shit
here.
patented.
You
There's
can't
probably more
cuss.
shit we
Dude,
invented.
can you not? So
I'm
you're not
sorry,
hearing?
my bad. Hey, well, oh, my bad. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What would you? Is there anything that I don't know that or whatever?
I'm trying to figure out what
Like with
if
this
people can
prompt,
answer what they invented over
like what
here.
else was invented?
I'm asking the people because I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too. Shit.
Yeah, all right, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the
Oh.
patience. I don't have the patience today. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. Three strikes, you're out. Yeah.
I'm saying, what did Europeans and Africans create in America? He was trying to say Africans create. I didn't even read the
I
prompt.
don't know the cotton gin. I don't know who you say created it because he could have
Africans
said
was
Europeans or African. Like
neither one of them.
he could you could have said Europeans or Africans. Like
Neither one of them created that. It's crazy.
yeah, Darby had a long day at work. He ain't got no patience right now. Like,
But they was yelling and screaming in class.
nah, it's just long, bro. It was just a long day. I don't know. Because of the long weekend, I had to go back to work, but it's just been a long day. What's up, Higher Heights?
Understandable. Toilet issue. What?
Toilet tissue.
Toilet.
Not toilet tissue.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just keep liking the live, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I gotta change plans on StreamYard.
Why'd you put
18?
1865 specifically?
That's when the slavery ended.
Okay.
Yeah, before the emancipation, yeah.
That makes sense.
What's up, Draco?
I hope it ain't Europeans because how they was using the floors.
I want to see if people can answer. Like, we got Africans to answer it, and we're not just coming to Africans, quote unquote. I should have put what did natives build in America?
So I was researching the time period of when they said that the dark-skinned Europeans were cast out into the American continent and what was happening in Europe back then. And I learned the Great the Great Depression was happening around then. All the time period where they said white people didn't bathe. That was happening around the time that the original Europeans, the dark-skinned Europeans, were cast out from Europe. I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Right. What's up? What's up? I'm just chilling, man. I just got off work. Just see what TikTok's on today. See what's going on TikTok today. That's basically my day. I get home from work and I stream. That's how my weekdays go until I go back to jujitsu or whatever. So,
and then I've been trying to do research on Africa more, but Africa before the transatlantic slave trade. I'm trying to do Africa on that time period. And I can't really find that much history on Africa before the slave trade. Maybe the slave trade. Find any like ancient history in Africa. It's really interesting. I was able to find lots of stories and sources about ancient Chinese history, ancient American history, some ancient Middle Eastern history. I wasn't really able to find much about the African continent, besides maybe Egypt.
All right, who's in it? What's up, Joe?
Yeah, let me know if you find anything.
What's up?
Peace, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay, got your food.
Good.
I'm going to check you in first. Staying for 3 nights with us. Awesome.
Yeah, Keisha, at work.
Yeah, I'll answer the prompt. What did Europeans and Africans create in America before 1865? Headaches and migraines. That's what they created. And erasure and destiny swapping. That's what they created before 1865.
Right, for sure. Yeah, Keisha, I don't know if you know you're on the TikTok panel, but here you are.
Yeah, like I was saying, since she's not talking, the fact that I can't find any ancient African history that is past a few hundred years before the transatlantic slave trade, it just furthers my theory that Africa is actually a prison yard, and people from all over the continent would send their criminals over there, which is why they all look different. They all got things like eating people over there, doing some of the worst crimes known to humanity. Most of them come out of Africa. I think ancient Europeans sent their criminals to Africa. I think ancient Americans, we had some tribes in South America eating people. I think they were sent over to Africa. Same stuff was happening in Asia. I think they sent them over to Africa. That's my theory. So.
Interesting.
Also, that's why they also have no family records, why they can't trace their ancestry.
I think it was mostly because they didn't write nothing down until like Arabs and Europeans got over there.
Yeah, I
I'm not
think
gonna
that,
say they didn't write anything down, but they didn't write in like phonetics,
yeah, I think that's because they're foreigners to that land. I think they were sent there as
probably.
Westerners, and they all mixed together. This dude said, "Yeah, and you're descended from them." I mean, if I'm descended from them, that would also make me a foreigner to Africa. So that would make me that you would just be saying I'm mixed race.
I'm up
mixed.
here, QYZ.
You would just be
Request
saying
up.
I'm mixed with criminals from all over the world. That's basically what you just be saying.
I just all right, bro.
That,
Like,
so
cool
if you're
beans,
saying,
man.
so if you're mixed with African, you're not really African. You're a mix of your amalgamation of criminals from all over the world. That's what I think.
All right, what's up? Africa is the root of all mankind. You can come up here, Jack Black.
maybe the Horners and the Sudanese. Those would be the closest to the original Africans. I think the rest of y'all are all foreigners.
Whoever they call the Twa Pygmy people. Well, not even the Pygmy, but I guess the Mbutu Twa, whatever they talk about. Those the original Africans. The Mbutu Twa people.
Every time I look up an African group and I look into their origins, it's always talking about coming from somewhere else. So we're being mixed. Even the West Africans, yes, you West Africans.
What's up, yo? Oh, what's up, everybody? Request up, like the live. I guess start a flash go, get the panel. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how the live stream goes at this point.
Africa is not the root of all mankind, please.
Maybe. The Fertile Crescent. Ooh.
Fertile where? Y'all's internet goes off like hours at a day.
All human DNA can be traced to Africa. What they consider Africa, maybe.
No,
All
it can't.
different haplogroups. Yeah, what about the S&Ps and the haplogroups? What's
I
up?
looked up that L haplogroup is European and American. So the R1b that y'all keep saying, oh, that's an African haplogroup. That's an ancient European haplogroup. That comes from the melanated Europeans, and it shows up on DNA tests. As African because the DNA test they mark the S&P for dark skin and curly hair. They mark it as African.
Right.
I learned that there's an S&P that controls your skin tone, your hair texture, and they be marking it as African.
All humans everywhere on Earth, we talking 400,000 years ago. Like, were you there 400,000 years ago? Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's cool, but it's cool to talk about, oh, yeah, we've been here millions of years, but if you can't prove that, like, if you can't even prove that you come from somewhere 100, 200 years ago, it's a far reach to reach for millions. Golly, you know about your history a million years ago, but I don't know, man.
Before there was a Euro or American. Okay,
They weren't African either. Yeah, they weren't African either.
Jet Lag can't even come up, and he got so much to say.
Yeah, I was going to say African didn't exist during that time either. Then so nobody was calling it African 400,000 years ago. They weren't even calling it Africa like 300 years ago. So
Get your follower game up.
we've always been original. You didn't lie not one time. Man. Oh, yeah, try. All right, who's in the request? African stir fry.
I think it's.
All right,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
all right. What's up? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Where am I from? What's my ethnicity? Okay, I'm from Earth and my ethnicity is God because I'm a black man.
Okay.
Check this out.
Are you?
Check this out. Check this out. What it all boils down to, family, is this right here. There is an agenda to separate black people altogether.
What are you
if
talking about? That
Yeah,
got nothing to do with the topic.
I'm talking
or
to
what
the
you're asking.
host. I'm trying to speak
I
to
don't
the
care if you're
What's
talking
it
to
like?
Jesus Christ. Did I ask
Hold
who he
on.
was talking to?
Hey, hold on. Since he talked, hold on. Let me hear what he got to say.
Well, what's that got to do with the topic or what you asked him? I'm confused.
For sure. But yeah, let me hear what he got to say.
Oh my gosh, I'm at work, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, we heard you.
I'm
We heard
sorry.
you.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Bye.
All right, have a good one.
Bye. Have a good day. I still want to know where he's from, though. And what's his ethnicity? I feel like that was a pivot away from the question.
No, it's not a pivot
sure.
at all. I mean, you hear who I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Brooklyn, so
That
what more
don't-
validation do
That
you
don't
need?
tell us your ethnicity.
I'm black. What are you talking about?
Not an ethnicity.
It isn't?
He's
Okay.
so
Black from-
angry.
black
Calm
from where?
down.
And Venus isn't a planet, and Osiris isn't an African name either. Y'all are fucking bugging.
Oh, all right, bro.
Be quiet,
You a
you
grown
booty
man.
bandit. Get off the
No, I
panel,
was
booty
about-
bandit.
Yeah, I was about to say, you a grown man. Learn how to conduct yourself. That's very godlike of you, being low vibrational.
Sassy.
Osiris is actually a Greek name, and Venus is actually a Roman name.
Right?
Like, hello, did we not learn the planets growing up? Like,
Crazy. It's always the ones that got problem with the women. Like, y'all need to chill.
Why does do say Osiris is an African name? You see these people just be stealing from other cultures. Like, this is really crazy. Just
Osiris is
stealing people's
Greek.
cultures just for fun.
Yeah, the quote unquote Kamisha name is Asar. You know, it's Asar, dude. It's not Osiris. Osiris is the Greek version. So, yeah, but that, like, I don't, like, what is wrong with these people? Like, you don't know how to conduct yourself as a man?
But
I'm a
she
god.
in his teeth.
Yeah, Earth. Yeah, you from the Earth? Oh, you say you a god. Okay, all right. So you didn't put
In his
yourself Earth.
teeth.
Yeah, you didn't put yourself on an earthly. You didn't put yourself in an earthly existence, right? Which was supposed to be on this quote unquote God level. You didn't put yourself. You made yourself very physical. Oh man, but it is what it is. These folks ain't got nothing. These folks ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, you're gonna be like, just because you are from Brooklyn, don't mean you can talk to everybody. You the way you think you can. That's because you can do that. You can get away with that stuff in Brooklyn. You can't get away with talking to people all type any way you want to anywhere in the world. Like, keep that New York energy in New York. Who is this? Dharma.
Good morning, beautiful.
Hey, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Okay, so I was born in Riverhead Beach, Miami.
What's your ethnicity?
Irish, identify as Irish.
Okay.
You didn't ask me my age. So what?
Okay.
You didn't ask me my age. So what did your alcohol, liquor, that old good fucking juice? That
You can't cuss up
definitely
here,
did.
man.
What?
You can't cuss up here.
Who said?
Me, the host.
Right. Oh, so you're so. So what
Were
did
you? Did you just come from the pub earlier?
No. No.
You
No.
sure you haven't had one of your little Irish drinks or anything? One of your
No,
Irish
but
ales or nothing?
So, if Europeans and Africans didn't create anything in America, what is America?
I'm not. I'm asking. You folks know what they built over here.
I know my folks built
What they built.
pubs.
Okay, they built pubs. All right.
Mhm.
Was that before 1865?
I'm sure they had the juice going around, and then they tried to weaponize it. It's kind of like, you know what they treat the people now selling the other stuff. That's what they done to liquor.
They created, at least your folks, you know, your folks created a pub. All right.
Yes, and we all have a good drink.
You all love a good drink. Yes. All right, Dante. Where you from, Chef Nestle?
I'm from California, and I'm American.
California American. What you got for the background?
It says, what does Europeans and Africans create in America before 1865? Nothing.
Nothing?
America was already built by 1865.
Okay. For sure.
Like, so only thing that they brought was their culture, their way of thinking, some of their history,
Mhm.
and the European came and monopolized our Congress and Senate and passed a lot of Jim Crow laws.
Okay.
But besides that, I can't think of anything that the Africans created in America after 1865. And I land my plane with that.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it. Like the live, y'all. Gift the panel, share the live. Y'all can do it. It will count as a share if you hit copy link. But yeah, go ahead.
Can I? Hello.
Yeah, I'm allowing you to speak.
Okay, because I don't want to be interrupting because I interrupt a lot. So if Africans and Europeans didn't create anything after 1865, then what is America?
It was built by the American people.
And
They from Africa, you're you
how
be
does that
two
make
continents
sense?
at the same time?
How does that make sense? Like,
You be two continents at the same time, Darman? You be two continents at the same time?
I'd be back and forth.
But Newton
Yeah.
says no one matter can occupy two places at one time.
No, I'd be back and forth. I can
Yeah.
be.
Oh,
You
you're
know?
everywhere. You're everywhere all at once at the same time, huh?
I don't understand what you're saying.
But the question was, what did Europeans and Africans create? So even though I don't know how you say diarrhea.
No, it's Dharma. I like Hinduism. I support the Pakis, Indians. I like their religion. Not the Pakistanis, the Indians. I like their religion. I'm not a Hindu, originally, but that's who I support. I like the Hindu religion. It's very spiritual. It's freedom to the people, and it's let people live. And that's what I support. Dharma is part of their fucking religion. That's why I like that name.
What did we
But-
come up here
Yes.
to Soro? They think what did we create as foundations or fake Cherokees? Like nobody was a Cherokee before the 1700s, so how could be something fake that was made up in the 1700s?
I'm very confused.
Hey, I got
No,
a
I'm
question.
addressing the
Desi.
comment, Darby.
All right, check this out. Right, so my family's from almost every corner of the United
Oh, you're
States,
Native American Indians.
Yeah, I'm an
including
American
Canada.
Indian.
Right?
Okay,
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, go ahead, Dante. What you say?
All right, so check this. I got family in Canada, Alaska, and almost every state that I know of. Right. How could I be from one tribe when I have family from almost every corner of the United States?
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's what makes us so unique. We got so many tribes in us.
Can I give you something fucked up though?
If
Done
you
it.
stop cussing,
Stop cussing,
Okay,
please.
I will. Sorry, I'm Irish. It's kind of built into my pedigree. And the Cherokee tribe, there's a statue of them down in Cork in Ireland. Because during the famine, when we were starving, because they sent us like $6,000 US dollars. We have a
yeah,
statue
for sure.
of one of the tribes down in Cork, and every year we, have a fund for people to come and do college in Ireland. But anyways, back to this theory.
Oh, wow.
If religion is so powerful, then why was there the Native Americans? And then you look at Australia. It's kind of the same thing, but different. And the Aboriginals, or even you go to New Zealand and the island people, they all had the same beliefs. They all believe
Right.
in this. It's the same thing, but different. It's like different types of spiritualists,
Yeah. hmm
uh,
Yeah, there are some tribes in America that, yeah.
But it's kind
that's
of,
in
when
the
you think
same-
about it, though, it's kind of crazy. Like, people had the same ideology before they ever had a book,
Right.
But we got a book. It's like Harry Potter or something. And it's caused a lot of wars around the Western world. And everybody's
sure.
got a different version of this book. But if you go back through history,
Do you
the
think a
native
book
lands of
called-
people had the same kind of beliefs, but different. It was spiritual. They believed in the land. So,
Hey,
What's up, Superior? I didn't hear what was going on. Somebody tried to call me, but I'm not answering. Come on, bro. What is going on? Why is nothing loading? All right. What are y'all saying?
Tay was trying to say something.
Now my grandson out here cutting up. I had to mute right quick.
Okay.
I was talking. But I do got a question though, right? I was listening though. So how is it that a Hindu Indian is not African? A Australian indigenous person is not African, but American got to be African.
Oh, they're trying to make the Aboriginal Australians African. I seen it in real time.
They're not though. Are they? I don't. They're they're
not.
Australian. They're the
Yeah.
land of the people though. They're the land of the. But look, it's like this though, and it does make it. You know, think about things like if people like to say people traveled all around the world, and they say like, oh, you know. Like, I will tell you this though, no Black American was ever an African American until the Civil Rights Movement, and they thought they could. That's just what I know from reading history, and it was like they clinged on to something. I never call a Black person African American unless that's how they want to be called, because I think it's racist. Why am I calling a Black American an African American? They've nothing got to do with Africa. They're American, you know.
Sure.
And you should just so like. The people. But I just think the spirituality and religion, because religion plays a big part of everything. Even what did Europeans bring to America? A lot of problems. A lot like, and I'm not getting into certain individuals that are a problem all around Europe and have assimilated in America for years and years and have created problems in 2025 all around the world. And there are certain people that can't be named. And I'm not naming them because I don't want to get banned on TikTok again. And we can't speak about these people because they control the media and everything else. And everybody knows who I'm speaking about.
Sure.
You know, we all know who we're talking about. Caused a lot of problems. And this is, I think this is where the identity, they like to weaponize terms because they control the media, they control the minds. Did you ever hear that term? Those who control the media control the minds.
Yep.
You know, and now we have access to this, like we've access to connecting with people outside of, like when I grew up in Ireland, like Ireland is such a, you know, a small little island, and my grandparents, all they seen was RTE News. It was one perception of the world. And they, first off, they had the fear of God put into them by religion, you know, so they're afraid they're going to hell. They didn't say their Holy Marys and gave a lot of money to a Catholic church that was also FAing little children. And there's no accountability for that. And it's been propaganda for years. And a lot of people that I think the problem is in the world, and call me whatever you want, but there are certain individuals that control everything and they have divided people for years. And they're always caught in everything. Where you see one on one side, you will see another one on the other side. And they're always pretending to be, you're not your friends. They're there to conquer and divide. You know, they divide and conquer, and they're infiltrated in every part of anything got to do with any kind of political movement or anything. And there's a good guy and the bad guy, but there's not one of them good. They're all going to, you know, we see it happen in 2025. I don't need to name what we're seeing going on.
Sure. And even those people answer to somebody. But what's up? What's up, African Herbsman? We got the greatest African scholar on TikTok here. People roll out the right carpet. African Herbsman is here. He's the greatest TikTok scholar on here that represents Africa.
Yes, I am. That's why they call me African Herbsman. And did you know that the first export crop from America, the crop that actually made America rich, the first time America started to sell stuff to the rest of the world was rice.
Rice.
Right? But do you know rice? But do you know how?
Hold on, Jeremy.
You know how? Because
he's not African.
Went to America.
Yeah, let's just let him land. Hold on.
Them how to grow rice.
He's Indian.
So that answers. We went to America and brought farming technique, like how to make fertilizer. best fertilizer for rice, for example. We showed them how to make plows in America. So we have contributed towards.
Hold on, let him land, y'all. Let him land. Hold on, let him land.
He's an Indian.
Yeah, for sure. We gonna let him land though.
So I'm not quite sure what Africans have invented in America, but I am quite sure we have improved standard. We have improved America, especially in food today.
Oh no! Aside from Florida, there's not money in restaurants down my place.
Hold on, I hope you're not claiming soul food.
He said rice. He's claiming rice.
I like their food though. The vintage.
I've just told you that
Africans
the first.
create rice.
No, he's an Indian. Like not.
Yeah, rice comes from Asian. There's already rice in America.
May I correct
Well,
this?
I've just told you. After today, you go do that research.
You can do whatever
Why
you
you
want.
speaking as an African though? You're Indian.
Africans came to America.
Yeah,
and
hold on.
improved your standard of living.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Gerbil.
May I correct it? It was actually the watermelon. It was not the rice.
Carry watermelon either. I found text.
No, I'm talking about in America. That was our crash crop.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't the rice.
Yeah, cotton, watermelon. He even say the tobacco.
Rice was one, but it wasn't the biggest ones. And we had rice plantations. I have family from a rice plantation. They did rice and tobacco.
That's why they used to pick on us and make jokes about the watermelon. Hold on. You cannot tell us who we are, first of all.
I am
Y'all
telling you your
African.
history.
Stop
that the
it.
First
Do not
export
interrupt
from
me.
America was rice.
Hello, I'm a moderator. Excuse me.
Yeah, yield to a moderator. When the mod is speaking, yield to him.
You didn't know that.
About our history. We are Americans up here. And I just corrected you and told you that one of our crash crops was watermelon. That's why they used to make fun of us and did those jokes about us with the watermelon, because that was one of our favorite crops. And they couldn't make money off of it. That was something that we made money off of. So please recheck your research, because you were wrong, sir. You don't tell me. You don't tell me. I'm very educated.
You're supposed to be
in America.
You're supposed to have
African.
better education than Africans with your university.
You're an Indian.
You might add something about the rice.
But you don't know that America's first export crop was rice.
Hey, everybody.
You don't hear the accent? He's definitely Indian.
Hey, everybody. So like even with rice, like California produced the most rice in America, period. And Arkansas is the second state that produces the most rice. That can feed over 50,000 some people. No, I think 50 million. You can actually look that up. So even those two states alone feeding the whole America. So like we don't need y'all rice. And I think I'm still looking into it, but I know rice came from Asia, but I think that Carolinas have indigenous rice, but that's something I'm still looking into.
Georgia does too.
Hey, you see that man name? His name is David Osiris, right? When you look up Osiris, right? Osiris is going to tell you about all the American crops. The Mississippi Delta already had rice, had already had tobacco. Every most potent crop in the world originated in America, illegal or illegal. Your most potent illegal crops are grown in America.
So how did the rest of the world live? What a ridiculous statement. Everywhere in the world, people have their own.
No, that's their Asian land. You're an Asian.
Hold on, 1 second.
How could everything come from America? So how were people living before those
Like the
things
live, y'all. Like the live. Hold on 1 second. Like the live.
He's sad for he dropped us out.
Like the live, y'all. Like the live. Yeah, we have a one mic at a time policy here. Because I'm not about to get overstimulated after having a long day of work.
Go ahead, Dante. He was
go ahead,
talking.
Dante. Land. Yeah, land. Go ahead and land, Dante. But yeah, let's get up to 20,000 likes.
Okay, check this out. So, the most potent crops in the world from America. The Cuban cigar is the most strongest tobacco strain. It's American. You have people like Escobar and Noriega. You don't have nobody else outside of that, right? Get the hint? So all the crops are originated. When people come in the Caribbean days, the Pirates of the Caribbean, they wanted rum because of our sugar cane, because of our molasses. They wanted American cotton. They wanted indigo. These were some of our major cash crops. Tobacco. We maize in America, when you mix beans, corn, and squash together, which fertilizes our own earth. We never needed an African philosophy to fertilize our land because we've been maizing over here since the dawn of time. And the god of Osiris, who teach you all about agriculture, will tell you that. Maizing already been over here. We already know how to turn our soil black. And I land my plan with that.
For sure. Yeah, like alive, y'all. Like and share alive. Osiris is the name. It's a Greek god. It's the Greek translation. And also Osiris translates
is
to
an African. By the
hold
way.
on, dude. Like, don't you hear me speaking, dude? Don't you hear me speaking? It translates to the foremost Westerner, right? Because when Egyptians believe when they passed away, they believe their souls went to the their soul rises where the sun rises, which is the eastern hemisphere, and it sets and travels to the west where the sun sets, the western hemisphere. So Egyptians looked up to Americans as their ancestors. If you go into quotes of what's his name, Augustus Laplongeon, he said that the Americans, Herodotus said that that Egyptians had ancestors in the far west that were their ancestors. They were the oldest people living. And if you go into the mythology about Tahuti, he believes he comes from Atlantis, and Atlantis is in the western hemisphere. America.
Right. So we welcome what y'all got to say, but y'all not gonna come up here disrespectful either. Don't disregard our intellect or anything like that. So with that being said, African, whatever, don't ever do that. Don't disrespect our intellect
I'm
up
not
here.
disrespecting
And then
anybody.
on top of that,
You did,
why
and
did
you
they
cutting
find
me off,
In America.
and you
That's the
cutting me
problem.
off,
If anyone
and you
comes and
cutting me.
speak truth, you have a problem.
Okay.
why were they finding why were they finding the why did they find COCAINE in Egyptian tombs and TOBACCO in Egyptian tombs as well? If they had no connection to America.
Right.
I'm
One
not
at
gonna
a
say
time,
America's
please.
Egypt, but they definitely were trading with each other, right? Americans
They had
taught
a
them
Noriega
stuff.
plug. So Noriega was
your
way back
ancestors
then.
left
Hey,
America
can I answer the prompt?
and went to Africa and built their
Yeah,
greatest
1 second.
monuments in Africa.
Can I answer the
Marian,
prompt?
what a
Yeah,
load
go.
of rubbish.
Okay, so
I didn't say they left. Egyptians ain't from Africa. I'm gonna say that
can I
they
answer
said
the
they had.
prompt, though?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm not done talking. I didn't say Egyptians ain't from Egypt. I said, because Egyptian is a Greek word anyway, right? I said those people said they had ancestors in the foremost West.
I want to tell you what else Europeans brought
And
to
is it a
America.
Greek word or a
Why
Greek
didn't they
word?
build their great monuments in
sorry, Dave.
America?
Is
Why
it a
did they
Greek
go to
word
Africa
or a
and build
Greek
it there?
word?
It's a Greek word because the creeks ain't got a creek is a body of water.
Do you know what else Europeans brought to America?
You already
Gangland.
had, do you know about the
They
Creek
brought the
Indians?
mafia and they
Hold
brought
on 1
Irish
second.
gangs.
Hold on, Dharma wants to speak.
And those
Hold
were
on.
the first gangs in
Thank you,
America.
Venus.
I'm getting overstimulated and I'm hungry.
You in double jeopardy. Venus is hungry and overstimulated.
I'm gonna get a burger though.
She's go ahead, Dharma. You can
Oh
answer.
no, so the whole prompt is what did you? So I'll tell you another thing Europeans brought is gangland. You know, you had the mafia, you had the Irish gangs down in New York and the Bronx. You know, and they weaponized the alcohol too. You know, and it was so that's but we did bring this. I see you laughing, but that's the truth. We brought gangland to America. The
Yes, y'all
Italians,
did.
but Ireland started it. We were the ones that started, and then it's no lie that some of them joined the police. Like those are not my fam, but that's what they done because they wanted to get out of what they're caught up in. And then the Italians caught on to shit and the mafia. So what did Europeans other than that bring to America? Yeah, gangland. They started
sure.
it, like, you know. Well, you can't blame the Irish for creating a pub, because you go anywhere, that's how we made our money. Like, you know, the pubs. And while people were fighting over land, we were rooting the potato and making alcohol.
Yes, yeah, she cooked with that. She's definitely right.
Yeah, she's absolutely right with that. Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I agree with Venus one at a time. In African, you did disrespect me. You were kept talking over me, and you did say something about my intellect. You said I didn't know anything, and that something, you did say something like that. So don't gaslight me. I'm very intelligent, and I do lots and lots of research. I do this for fun, okay? We can have a good conversation without the disrespect. And you were wrong. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. You can wrap me up.
I'll take this time. Yeah, make sure y'all like the live. Let's get up to 20,000 likes, y'all, or 25,000 likes. Like the live, get the panel, and share the live so we can get people in here. All right, go ahead.
Be honest, 10, 20 years ago, you guys were not talking about Africans. You didn't have our time. At that point, you thought no, it's my point. Let me speak. You thought you were better than Africans, so there was no need to worry. Now you go on TikTok, and that exceptionalism that you had because you are Americans, just like white Americans believe they are better than Europeans. You guys have that belief. But with TikTok, Africans have blown that myth, the Jamaicans and everybody else. And now you are feeling uneasy. All day you go on and talk about Africans. Meanwhile, white supremacy in America is planning to send armies into your communities because they said it's ridden with crime. They're not planning for Africans, they are planning for you. But you stay 24/7. They are misleading you, making you concentrate on Africans. While
Don't
they
you
are
see Europeans in the title? You see Europe in the title too, right? Like, hello?
All right, so I'm gonna address everything. So I happen to be a gang member. We've had gangs in America before the Irish gang. One of the oldest gangs is the Native American gang, where they scout their opponents, and they call themselves the Devil Disciples, which is going to be in the 1700s. So
yeah, you gotta get your son, you gotta get your grandkid out the cab. Yeah.
All right. And another thing, watch out, baby. And another thing, when she was saying that we think we better, how much you achieve in life, generational wealth, and that's what we care about. We don't have African issues, but when I was a little boy, my mama did give y'all 10 cents a day because we did feel sorry for y'all because of the commercials. And I
can't remember half of the stuff that he was saying. I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but for you to say that we are concentrated on y'all and like 10 years ago we wasn't talking about y'all, you're right. We wasn't speaking about y'all. Nobody wasn't checking for y'all. You're absolutely right. The only reason why people checking for y'all now are because like y'all literally keep our name in y'all mouth. Y'all can't like literally eat, breathe, or sleep without saying something about us. So you definitely right. We talking about y'all now. But again, you sitting up here talking about the crime in this area and they doing this and they're planning it. We've been dealing with these people for generations on generations. Don't try to tell us about people that we already know about. Like, that's crazy. Like, worry about what they doing over there right now. And again, the majority of y'all continent looks like y'all. What do you mean the crime that's going on? Like, y'all are committing more crime to each other. Worry about them children that need homes and parents.
I don't know. He was talking about when he said white people think they're superior. Well, if they're superior, they need to get out my inbox and calling me mommy when I say I don't like white people. They get mad.
Hey, yeah.
That don't sound very superior to me. But can we? What's all this? I don't care to debate. I just want you to show me a history book created in Africa, written by Africans, that says Africans were brought to the USA. And we have history books in the USA that says African slaves were brought to the USA, right? So you should be able to provide an equivalent from Africa. What history textbooks do y'all teach your children in Africa that says African slaves were brought to the USA. I want to see that. Go ahead and list some history books. I'll list the history book that is used in USA states across the nation, the McGraw history textbook. It says that African slaves came here. So go ahead and put your African history textbook in the comments. I want to see it.
The show African Herdsman is on you. The African
Religion
goat.
don't count. Religion don't count.
We are even in the Bible and in the Quran.
I don't want to hear about the Bible. I want to hear about African history textbooks that y'all use to teach your children.
Let me educate you here. When you hear Abyssinians, Ethiopians, these are people of the Bible, and they are talking about us. So I don't need to
We
go.
don't want to
you
hear
will
about the
Go
Bible.
to India. Go to India, and they will tell you about an African.
I'm going to tell you one more time, and if you don't answer the question, I'm gonna get my screen recorder out, and I'm gonna record you saying that you can't answer the question, because I've asked this question 50 times, not one African has answered it. Give me a history book used in African schools that teaches that African slaves were brought to the USA. Give me the name of the history textbook and the creator. Stop all that other nonsense. I didn't ask you about no Bible, and I didn't ask you about no Middle Easterns. Give the history textbook. What history book do y'all use in your African schools where you teach, like, what are you talking about? What do the high schoolers learn? What do the middle schoolers in your country learn about African slaves? Give the history textbook. I don't want to hear all that other stuff. Like, what is going on here?
Now you are psychological bullies. You tell Africans how to answer. I'm not like that. I know weak African. I tell you history.
Give the textbook or be quiet. I'm not here to listen to you rant. This is not church. This is not Bible study. This is not therapy. Give the source or leave. I don't know what to tell you.
I ain't giving you no source. Okay, I said my people are in the even.
Oh, not me again. Okay. I don't believe that man is an African that's talking. He sounds like an absolute Arab troll. Like, I have no problem with nobody, but I'm ending on TikTok to be an African. Like, what's wrong with your own country? You can't stay there. We have enough problems. Does that make me racist? Maybe it, and I'm not gonna say shit about nothing, but like,
because you were cussing, no cussing up here. Also, African Herbs, if you're not going to give the source, you don't need to talk. Everyone else up here, I'm pretty sure they're willing to give sources. If you can't, then you go last. Okay? If you can't show sources, you're the last to speak. Period.
Wow. You were talking about my intellect, and you can't even answer a question. That's crazy. And rephrase it in a different way. Use another source other than the Bible to answer the question. Use another source. We are not religious up here, and that Bible is not proof of anything. Use a different source. If you're so educated like you say you are, use a different source. There are multiple sources that you can use. Use a different source, smart guy. You can wrap me up.
I'll use this time. Make sure y'all like and share the live. Y'all like and share the live, give the panel and things like that. Yeah, y'all do what needs to be done so we get people in here. For sure. All right, go ahead. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, let's get up to 30,000 likes, y'all. I'll take this here and do a commercial break. 30,000 likes, y'all. Let's get 30,000 likes in this live stream right now. Get up to 30,000. Then we are on our way to 40,000 and 50. And so on. So yeah, let's continue liking the live. Tap the screen. If you want to donate to my app, you can. My app is coming soon. And stuff like that. I'm about to get back consistent on programming and stuff like that. I'm trying to settle into the school year. But yeah, once I settle into the school year, I'll get back to coding it more frequently. So yeah, it's live. So yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all coming through. Okay. All right, go ahead, Nationalist.
I don't have anything to say, but tap the screen, guys, share the live, send it to your best pen, Goofy, your best African, whoever. Send it to your mommy, your daddy, everybody. And definitely let's get to 30K. We're gonna turn the comments off in a second if y'all don't stop tapping that screen. So let's get the likes up. Let's send gifts to the host and the panelists, and definitely donate to your app. I'm gonna hit you up because I wanna see what you're talking about, and definitely donate towards that. But you can wrap me up.
All right. All right. What's up, Culture? What's up, Culture?
What's going on, brother Darby? I just came up here to talk to African because African talking about they in the Bible and they in the Quran. Where you at in the Bible, bro? Cause where the part you from Africa you from? It just became a country in the 19th century, bro. So you nowhere in the Bible. You're not an Ethiopian. You're a very tribal people. So you don't like people outside of your tribe. So stop trying to pretend like you're all Africa. Africa is one. Africa is not one, never been one. You people hate each other more than any other race on the planet. And then you come up here and try to pretend and tell us we are part of y'all. How? We don't share nothing alike besides not even the color. Because we got
Yep. All right. What's up, Battle for Battle? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Black American, Los Angeles.
Okay. What did Europeans and Africans build in America before 1865?
You said what?
What did Europeans and Africans build in America before 1865?
Shit, I don't know.
All right, for sure. Is there anything you want to add?
Nah, just show them all respect.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it. I'm gonna wrap the show time up there. All right.
At a time, one mic, one mic.
You see how you mute me while I'm making my point. That's also how you want me to answer. Basically, you have to decide how I have to answer a question.
I asked you for a book. I didn't ask you about the Bible. I didn't ask you about
What's up, CR?
Yeah,
if you can't give the book, just say you don't have the answer. Just say that.
Ask him when he comes.
Why do you have to mute me? Why can't you have a conversation?
Just say you don't have the answer. It's okay.
You want me
just say you can't answer.
You said
you make a nice curry. I'm hungry.
You are not even mature to let someone have a.
Can't answer. You still have not given the history book.
Because you are psychologically pressuring me. Maybe that's what YT people have been doing to you in America.
Pressuring you.
What you are doing?
Hold on 1 second. African, do you believe that the Quran and the Bible are history books?
Quran and the Bible are history, even forward, yesterday and tomorrow. But you don't know. In fact, they are only history
books. All right, explain your point. All right, they're history books and explain it.
For example, when the Bible talks about mystery Babylon and the doom and the destruction of Babylon, it's talking about America. Okay. When it's talking about my people are destroyed but for lack of knowledge, it's talking about you in America. You just don't know it.
Okay.
So when is it talking about y'all in Africa?
This lack of knowledge is why you are saying I'm not from Africa. So when America is getting doomed, you will be doomed with them in Babylon.
It's like a Hebrew Israelite.
This is what the Bible is talking about. It's nothing religious about it. It's a history. It's talking about the future.
No, it's not no history book.
You can see why judgment is coming to you, because right now you can see the whole population is being wiped out. From your money.
Or is it history?
From your money.
Prophecy or
history.
Right.
I'm not dealing
I
no
was just
superstition
saying, like,
here.
history if it's talking about the future.
By the way, I am a
history means it already happened. So that it ain't gonna happen again.
Let me tell you something you don't know about me. I am a predictive historian. I have the
Okay.
ability
like you are the
to
Harry Potter.
and I am
Man,
telling
hey,
you
It's
that
coming new things.
one of the reasons you are delineating with Africa
So why do you
is
speak with an
because
Indian
you are
accent?
consumers of information in
Why do you
America.
speak with an Indian accent? You're not
You
African.
are
This is
consumers
not a
of
scam channel. You
information.
can't scam us. You're an
No,
Indian.
no, he don't sound
You're
like
from
you.
India.
You are
Sound
not.
like he
You
learned how to
obviously.
speak
You
English from the
obviously
No,
are
I'm
not
from Africa.
blind.
He's
That's
from
why you are
India.
judgmental.
He sound like
Yeah,
Oh, he
I
was-
tell you.
Shit, what
he
I
sounded
am.
like a West
You
African
are
boy
not
from
an
way
African.
out.
One mic.
You obviously are YT. That's why you're trying to make
That
judgments.
you're
even though
obviously
you
an
haven't
Indian
seen.
trying to, this is what you're doing. You're
This is what this,
well,
you've
why are
just
you
proved what you guys do
pretending to be an African when you're an Indian man?
on TikTok.
Your accent, I can hear your accent a mile
Nko,
away.
ilamoy na bang, ilamoy na
Like-
bang. Do you know what that is?
Sound like
No,
you
but why?
learning English from the
Come
Queen of
on.
England.
I like Vindaloo. I like
That
That is
Vindaloo with some killer
Mandinka. I
rice.
am
Like,
from Senegambia.
you're a liar.
I speak two
You
different.
speak with your accent and you can't change.
African
You're not
languages.
African. You're an Indian.
I
So
speak
where
Wolof.
are your parents from?
No, listen. I speak
might be-
Wolof.
Yes,
And
but
I
because you
speak
speak a
Mandinka.
language does not make you
Speak some
native
Wolof,
to
yeah.
the
I am
land.
from.
I know. Speak some
And
Wolof
I
for
am
us.
from the Gambia.
Yeah,
You're not.
speak some Wolof for us.
Listen, Wolof.
No, he's an
okay.
Indian.
I'm trying to.
He's an Indian man.
Hold on. I'm
He's Indian.
intrigued. Hold on 1 second. I'm intrigued. Can you speak some Wolof for us?
Right. If you want to say how are you in Wolof, you say nangadef.
Yeah, but what
Mang
do you say if you have an actual conversation?
Mangfi
We don't want to
means
hear how
I
are
am-
you.
I
We
am
cannot. I
fine.
can say
Hold on,
Sabad. That
hold on,
means how are
Dharma.
you in Japanese? I'm not Japanese.
Nishua.
You know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't.
So Africa. Africa.
Why
are
would I?
you
Why would I
Igbo?
come here?
Can he
Are you
just
Igbo?
all this-
can he
this
just turn on
this
his
person
camera?
I have for Africa is my ancestors yearning from
Can you
within
just turn
me.
your camera
Are
on
you
and show your
Igbo?
arm?
Okay, so you're admitting you're not African.
No. Me, I'm
Yeah,
African.
yeah. No. Soldier.
Are you Igbo?
All right.
No,
y'all.
me, I'm
You said-
African.
One
That's it.
mic.
You say you're from
Me, I'm just
Gambia.
I
African.
be this close.
I'm not into all
I be
this
this
No,
close.
he's an
superstitions and all
Indian.
this
He's from
stuff.
India. What's wrong with being from India? What's wrong with being from India?
Why do you think I'm from India?
You're
anyway?
Pakistan.
No, it's because you
You're from-
probably are not. You know. You know. So
American
Is he-
what? What?
American African. Yeah,
I'm
he sounds like
Japanese.
American African. That's what he sounds like.
I don't think so. He's an Indian. He's definitely from India.
Listen,
me, I
It
can
was the
even
no
tell you.
no for me.
I can even
one
tell you
mic, y'all.
African
He's gonna
stories.
drop all of us. One mic.
Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. All right, y'all can come up. Racism, bushmeatism. This stream must be this can't be
I'm still
real.
waiting for a history book though.
He said the Quran and Bible are history books.
Probably because he don't have no history outside of the white man's creation. Do you know who owns the Bible? King James.
Blackwood. Never coming back here.
James owns the Bible. A white man wrote your history. You gotta be ashamed.
All
Let me
all
tell you one thing
religious
about the
leaders-
Bible.
all the religious leaders have to answer to the Pope. The Muslims, the Christians, the Judaism, the Buddhists, all religions go and see the Pope. That's not funny to you? They don't tell you something?
The Bible
Somebody
is so
said it.
corrupted, it would take God Himself to come down and explain it to you. That's the thing with the Bible. It's not that they wrote it, but they corrupt it so much. Now it takes God Himself to explain it. Unless if you are African herbsman, obvious.
Why would it take God to explain something that a man wrote?
It's been
No, if this
God's
God is
word-
supposed to be African,
God's
why did y'all
word,
build the
obviously,
tallest
it's been
statue of
corrupted.
YT Jesus in Nigeria? Why folk come? Why would y'all do that? If y'all supposed to be the original man, the original God, why would you make a one of the tallest statues of a fictional character? Like, come on now.
What fictional character are you on about?
This YT statue of a Jesus that y'all got in Nigeria.
Oh yeah, those
Since
are
you
those
talking
are
about
those
the
are-
Bible, didn't it say that he had skin like burnt brass, eyes like fire, hair like
Yeah,
sheep's
those are-
wool? Don't
No,
that
those
sound
are-
like
those-
come on now? Why do y'all stop it?
Those
You can't
are-
even explain
those
that.
are Christians. We need to wake up, and we will do. It's going on. By the way, right now, even in Gambia, where I'm from, which used to be traditionally very Muslim, right now, the debate is going on. The elders are scared because young people are turning to their African religions now, Kemetic religions.
Are
They
you
are turning
talking about
away from
Ifa?
Islam. So people are actually, this is happening in Africa. Africa is very young.
Damn, nothing new under the sun.
Let me
Nothing new under the
tell you
sun.
something. 70% of Africa is under the age of 20 years old. 70%.
I'm bored. Can we not talk about
Do
religion?
they got mamas and daddies?
This is going to cause a revolution, because with young people, you have revolution. By 2050, half of all young people in the world will be African. Do you know what that
So
means?
we have new guests.
Humankind.
Hold on, y'all. We got new guests.
This is why you guys now are talking about Africans, because you are the first community.
We have new guests.
Yeah, we do have
Welcome,
new people.
Rock.
What's
Rock,
going on,
welcome.
Jay?
So, how y'all doing?
Good, good. How you doing, sister?
Good.
Good.
You want to
Yeah.
answer the prompt?
Of course. Europeans and Africans didn't create anything. They just invaded together. And along with some of the Mongoloids that we know as Siberians, those three genomes, those three genetic groups split themselves amongst 7 different nations and essentially attacked us from every angle over the course of several hundred years. And it took them that long to get us to this point, which only lasted about 276.
Hey, yo. He is going on a bushmeat escapade right now. But yeah, what's up, Staff? Where you from? What's your ethnicity?
I'm Nigerian.
You're
My name is
Nigerian?
South. Yeah.
Okay. All right, for sure. What's your thoughts on the question?
Yeah, I'd love to respond to the question, but can I ask something real quick? Somebody said that 70% of people in Africa are under the age of, or 20 and under, under the age
that
of
was
20.
after
Where
Earthman,
where did he get that number from?
I don't know. That's a good question. Where'd you get that number from, African Earthman?
I'm the one that pays attention to demography.
No, I'm not. I don't. It's not about your feelings. Where did you get that number from in terms of? Is it from the African Union? Where did you get the number from? Just give me a location of where I can find the number. 70% of Africans under the age of 20.
Right. There is this English guy. He's a demographer. He's doing demography around the world, and he's come. Once they crunched the numbers, they found out that Africa is the youngest region in the world. And by the way, not just that, they found out that the population shift happening in Africa has never happened in human history. This is basically the game is working now to vaccinate Africa. This is something that Africans don't understand. And
That's a completely different topic. I asked for source.
No, hey, Sav, I hate it when I'm fighting for my Africa. You go there and fight for your Palestinians, right? When I'm fighting for my Africa, one thing
He's
I
from
don't
Nigeria.
like is Africans coming. Yes. One thing I don't like is Africans coming and trying to throw stones at each other. That is something I don't do.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You up here embarrassing Africans, actually.
That's one thing. That's one thing
You're
Africans
up
can
here,
learn from Black
African herdsmen.
Americans.
You're
by the way.
embarrassing Africans.
That's one thing Black Africans can learn
embarrassing
from
Africans.
Black Americans. Black Americans don't throw stones at each other. They all
You are embarrassing Africans, so it doesn't even matter. I asked you to provide a history textbook that says that African slaves were brought to the USA. I was asked you to provide an African history book that teaches that. It can be in any language from any country in Africa. You cannot provide me one history book that is used in your schools. Not one.
listen.
Yeah, so
I am one of.
instead of just saying,
I am.
instead of just saying, hey, I don't have that information, so I can't answer the question, instead of just saying that you want to talk about the Bible. You are embarrassing other African people.
So basically, just in case,
women.
And
just for the record,
also, I just want to say one thing. And also you said Black Americans throw stones at each other. We don't throw stones at each other.
Let him debunk
Well, we may
what
throw
I have
stones at
said.
each other, but y'all throw shit at each other. I really throw stones.
Oh.
He didn't say that.
And
sister.
debunk what I've
All right,
He didn't
yeah,
say
hold
that.
on,
sister.
hold on. I want to hear I want to hear the Baptists go back and forth. Like, y'all,
God, everything you have said so far is just emotion. Provide me with a source that 70% of Africans are 20 and under. That's all I'm asking.
you got that source, African herdsman?
What you need to do, you need to go and do your homework, because this is the most important thing for Africa. This is Africa's game changer. And the only people who don't seem to know is Africans. I am ahead of the game. I've told you this before.
Hold on 1 second.
I
Don't
came to your
interrupt.
platform and I
Don't
told you I
interrupt.
am ahead of the game. Just because I sit on the side, I don't come live and make money like you guys, doesn't mean me. The
I ain't making that
ancestors are
much money.
speaking through me. Sav, don't come here trying to throw stones at another African. Ever.
All I asked for was for source. Anyways,
like
by
I
the way,
said,
this is
to her,
Okay,
like
he
I
got
said
his
to her,
camera
you
on,
need
he
to
ready.
go. I ain't giving you no source. You
Hold on. Let him finish answering. Hold on. Go ahead, African.
Anyway,
I
this
said,
is
I am not.
Sorry.
It's for him to go and do his homework. If you hear something on the news, you don't necessarily believe it, right? You go and do your homework. Same thing. Why you don't tell CNN to provide where they get their source from? But you guys are trying to tell. You have something personal. Like, I don't understand. I would never tell anybody on TikTok, go provide your source. I will go do my own homework, for God's sake.
Okay.
Yeah, I basically have the data before me. So when you come up on the panel, where you have like 80 people here or thereabout, and you make this blatant, spurious statement about something that you know nothing about, I mean, you should hold yourself to some level of standard, you know? When you make a statement about 70% of Africans, because of course, the vast majority of the population in Africa is young. I think 30 and under, you know, constitute about 68 to 70% of the population. So when you go down to 20, that's not accurate. I'm not here to go after you in any way, shape, or form. I was just asking for source. And I came up to talk about the topic, but I had you say 20 and under, you know, constitutes about 70% of the population, but that is not accurate. But if you have any source to provide to show me that what you're saying is in line, I don't have any problem with that. And by the way, you've been on my board before. I don't have any problem with you.
So,
I think
are you saying that it is not correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
How right? Can you now, since you're the one insisting, that I provide, can you provide evidence to?
No, I actually believe it's people under 25, not 20, and I actually believe it's 60%, not 70%. So.
Exactly. So there's statistical, there is UNICEF. You can look at data from African Strictly Business. There's Business Day, which is also a very reliable. There are a whole lot of sources you can cite as well to look at the numbers. And she's right. 25 and under constitute about 60%. Then you have 30 and under constitute about 70%. So when you go to 20, that's about 40 or 40 something percent. So it's not as high as 70% that you're saying.
In Gambia, they've just done their census, right? Nearly half of the population are children, not even teenagers. I don't need UNICEF to tell me figures, okay? I'm telling you that I have been following demography because I know demography is the game changer for Africa. Do you know that in the 2050s, there was twice more Europeans than Africans? So you will count 2 European, then you have 1 African. That's just 2050. How did you know that? I have been following this, and I am telling you 70% of Africa is under the age of 20. I don't need to go, and I am the African herbsman. I know my continent. Sav, I am the one who would come to your platform and tell you, you need to focus a bit on Africa because you are fighting too much for these Palestinians. Did I not come there and say it?
So what are y'all doing to your elderly for your youth to be that high? Like, where's the elderly people at?
So you said you're basing your argument.
For now, information warfare is more important for African, for young
Information warfare,
Africans.
because I asked you what
Yes.
information warfare, because I asked you why your population is 70% under 20.
Because
And what's happening to your old people? That's information warfare.
Because they fled. All the parents fled
didn't
out
get your- I didn't get
and
your
left the
answer.
children. That's what they do. They flee their country and leave the children. He
Yeah,
knows the truth. Tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said so. You're from Gambia, I guess, and you're saying that you took it from the census in Gambia. What is the population of Gambia? Can you tell us the population of Gambia?
Gambia is about 2 million people.
About 2.7 million. So this sort of inductive reasoning where you're trying to argue from a particular premise from the minor to the general is not adding up, because Gambia is about, if it's 2.7 million, Nigeria is the biggest country in Africa, is about 250 million as of 2024 or 5. So if you're using the population in Gambia in order to use that as a springboard or as an inductive point to generalize on what is going on in Africa, you can't really
Gambia
get.
is the case study for Africa. If
You can't use it. That's what I'm saying. You can't use it as a case study
That's
because
why Nigeria is not
because of the
working.
sample size.
All you have to do is
y'all
go
do
to
that to
Gambia,
us
study
all the time.
Gambia, and replicate it in Nigeria. But you are following UN, UNICEF, and all. You sending your people to China.
I cited
Why
four
don't you
sources.
send them to Senegal to go and study? how
I
to run an
cited 4
African
sources.
country?
3 of them are from Africa. I cited 4
My
sources.
mind clearly works different from you. You are like this European version of African. Me, I am African. So we clearly think different.
Fair enough. But anyway, thank you so much, host. I wanted to come up and say hello to everybody. And thanks for bringing me up. Thank you, African Herbsman. Yeah.
Finally, one of the Africans that tell the truth. Dang.
Because African up here being dishonest, he gonna try and make it seem like just because he knows the total population doesn't mean that the 70% of the population in total is still under the age of 20.
No,
so it don't matter how you want to cut it. No, because that's what you just did. You wanted to break down the
just
population
listen to what
where
he
you're
just came
from,
here
as
to
well
say.
as the
He just
population.
came
Hold on,
here.
let me make my point, because I ain't interrupt y'all. But what you did was very dishonest as far as the numbers of what he was talking about. That was a case study of the entire continent. That wasn't just your country or the country of Nigeria. That was all of y'all, all of the countries. So when that seems to be an overlapping issue, but you would rather deny it, you know what I'm saying? That kind of speaks volumes on the type of person that you're presenting yourself to the 71 plus people in here. You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about you're citing sources and it's steadily people in the comments saying, where are the sources? You know what I'm saying? It leaves us with a higher inclination of disbelief in anything you're saying. So I just want you to know that you're going to have to show the proof instead of just trying to preach to the choir, which is what you're doing.
I believe everything he said, that 70% of Africans are 20 and under. The reason being, all their parents fled. Their parents are in Europe. They're in America.
Thank you.
They're in the islands. So
Let's
I
get the
believe
40,000 likes,
everything he
y'all.
just said. I
How can
believe
that be
everything he
possible
just
when
said.
Africa have 1.5 billion people and there is just 4 million immigrants in America? How is that? Not 1% of Africans are in America. Not even 1%.
I think y'all need to go home.
Is why they got to come here and lie about their age to try and say that they're younger than what they are so they can seek refuge.
All the ones here are 30 and older.
They said
they 16. Boy, stop.
The mayor of Chicago, I'm from Chicago. This nigga, he's African. They use y'all to come over here and to infiltrate our communities, even though we don't look alike, we don't act alike, we don't even have the same rhythm. They use y'all as implants to disenfranchise the original communities. It's happening right here in my city.
So when y'all say that we are harming ourselves, it's really y'all coming into our communities doing the harm. We're not doing it to ourselves. That's not who we are. We don't harm our own people.
Precisely. We fed the world for millennia.
So those criminals in Chicago are Africans? Come on, my sister.
Yes,
Those
your African brother has allowed
Africans
the
don't
Venezuelans to come in. I'm on the east side of Chicago, man. We have
we don't know gangbang because immigration will
we have
focus
squash beef.
Y'all
And in
don't
the same night.
Y'all don't
we see
have
niggas
gangs,
spit
but
and
y'all
they
do
don't
have
look like
tribes.
All the gangbangers are you. You are the
What
one
about
shooting each
what
other
are
on the
y'all
streets.
tribal
You
warriors?
cannibalize your children.
You sing it in your
Hold on,
music.
one mic at a time. One mic at a time. I don't know. I
You
already
sing it
cleared
on
the
your
channel already.
music and then you go and act it in your communities. Why are you blaming Africans for that?
So hold on. I want to say this real quick, y'all, if y'all don't mind me interjecting. We had to understand what we was able to do in the
There's so many
Americas, right?
Americans up here.
Yo, California, the crazy part is California is more wealthier than any country in Africa by itself. And no thanks to a Black American, we know, well, he's indigenous, Roy Jr. So what we able to do in the Americas, man, is something special. So like, yo, come on now, man. I don't even know how this conversation even, you feel me? And we can speak about indigenous culture that we practice here every day that Africans don't practice.
All right, for sure. No, where are you from? What's your ethnicity? Oh, he's gone. Yeah, there's too many Americans up here. We need some other people. There's too many people that agree up here.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can drop me for the ops if the ops come. Let me know. You feel me?
For sure. All right, we got.
Interesting. The African guy came to deny my claim of 70% Africans being young, only to come up with 60%. What's the difference? So what was his intention? And this is where Africans who are listening need to learn from Black America. They will not play that nonsense that Africans are doing. This is why we are being used against each other. Why was it necessary for him to come and debunk something that's just 10% different? What was his intention? Right?
He wanted you to
Africans,
present
we
the
need to
accurate
stop this.
information.
We need to stop this, Africans.
Okay, you can just be wrong and not accurate. You know.
So the thing is, this is the problem too when it comes to African coming in, right? The brother said we're not the same people, bro. First of all, Africa is a continent with genetic diverse people there. That's it. Pan-African don't even practice Pan-Africanism in Africa, bro. Like the Ghanaians is kicking Nigerians out, bro. So I don't understand why when y'all be saying we all the same people. Can we come together? Yes, but we gotta understand we different people.
No Ghanaian is kicking Nigerians out. That's a lie. Why
That's a
are you
lie.
lying?
Bro, it's on all over TikTok, bro.
No, they made a movement, but no one kicked anyone out. Settle is gone.
But they want them out,
eventually, especially in West Africa, we talk our issues. That's why I live in Gambia and we've never had any fights. In Senegal, next door, never had any fights. We know how
Yo,
to
brother,
talk
they
inside.
want them out. They express that over and over again. They want them out.
No,
And
because it's the same. It's the same. Because we are consumers. All black people are consumers of information right now, but the people who own information are trying to bring a division amongst black people. So that's why you guys are causing us. We are causing you, Ghanaians and Nigeria, because we are consuming information and the algorithms are manipulating us. That's why.
Okay. All right, we got somebody new up here. Mike, where you from? What's your ethnicity? You're from hello? Let's get up to 50,000 likes, y'all. 50,000 likes for the live. Mike, were you there? Hello, Mike. Did somebody snatch your mic? Yeah, you breaking up bad, buddy.
Signal real low.
Yeah, right.
Facts.
Yeah, you got a bad signal.
He's from a Bosnia or something.
Can you-
It's that.
You got one bar, Mike. One bar.
That's a Slavic Wi-Fi. You know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
you hear
Where
me
you
now?
from? What's your ethnicity? Yeah, where you from? What's your ethnicity?
Yeah, I'm from Texas and Mexican American.
Mexican American. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What
So
you got for
I
the
just kind of
prompt?
curious. No, I'm just curious. Somebody up earlier said that they practice.
No,
I guess
you
it
answer
is-
the question. Answer the prompt question. Answer the prompt.
Oh, my bad. What? Oh, I don't know.
What the Europeans think you don't know? All
No, I
right,
don't
now
know.
what you got to say?
No, I just saying
What
earlier.
you come up here to say?
Somebody was saying that. Yeah, I'm listening to you guys talking with each other, and somebody said that they practice indigenous. They practice indigenous American customs.
Yeah, it's called
like-
yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, so
everything you see black people do.
Yeah.
That's not indigenous.
Yes, it is.
American
Where
culture.
they come from in Africa?
Well, I mean, it didn't come from Africa. I mean, but black
No,
people
if it
came
ain't
from
come
Africa.
from if black, can you name 10 Africans that came to America?
Black people are from Africa, bro.
Can you name
I don't
10? Can you name 10 people Africans that came to America?
No, that was what.
So how did
400
black
years ago?
how did black people come from America if you don't know any
400 years
Africans that
ago.
came? How
In
did black
boats.
people come from Africa if you
They
don't
came-
know
they came
any
as
Africans?
slaves.
Hold on. How did black folks come from Africa if you don't know any Africans that came to America?
Because it's in history.
Okay, what history? What year?
American history.
What year did the first Africans get to the 13 colonies?
Well, actually, the first Africans they came to South America, or what's
I'm
now
asking
Central
about
America.
the 13 colonies. What year did Africans get to the 13 colonies? I'm not asking about South America.
I mean, that's when they started coming in, though.
What year?
Shit, I want to say the 1500s.
You don't know.
1600s?
You don't know the exact year, and you're trying to tell us black people came from Africa. You don't know any Africans that came over here,
I don't have a
and you
history
don't know,
book
and
open.
you don't
No.
have an exact year off the top of your head.
I don't have a
All right,
history
name
book
a
right now.
name a history
You know what I'm
book.
saying?
Name a
I'm
history
just
book.
saying you could go to history.com and look it up.
History.com, history.com. Not
Yeah,
a
you can
dot,
look it
not
up
a
on
dot
history.
gov. You don't have a dot gov
I mean, why do you need a .gov?
because a dot gov is a primary source.
What's wrong with history.com?
It's a company. It's not a primary source.
Would you say Wikipedia is a primary source?
No, it's a secondary or to tertiary source that has references. If it has a reference, It is not a primary source
Why does it have to be .gov source?
because
Why
it's
does
a
it have-
I explained it's a primary source. Crispus Attucks is not an African. Literally, Attucks is an Algonquin name for deer.
So there's somebody in the comments that's saying that African slaves hit North America 1619.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why they gave you that because y'all never
Right.
know. Y'all say we're African, but y'all never know any Africans. Y'all never know when the Africans came over
Wait.
here.
You probably got a mix of.
Wait,
of
are you
whites
African?
or-
Are you African? You seem to speak a lot about Africa. You do look like an Ottoman Turk. So you must be North African or something. Are you from Are you from North Africa?
You know what they say. I mean, is it also possible that you think maybe you came from India?
Who
that
came
possible?
from India? Who
I'm
came
talking
from
about
India?
Black people.
They got records that show people coming from India.
So they do
Well,
got
why
records.
why he pivot away from the question? Are you an
Yeah, why
Ottoman
you-
Turk, sir?
Oh,
look
yeah, are
just
you
like
an
the
Ottoman
paintings
Turk?
of Ottoman Turks. I will put up an Ottoman Turk. You look just like them. I really
Explain
think
who I
you're
am.
North African.
Yeah,
But,
you're a Mexican. What tribe are you from Mexico?
Tiwa
You're
tribe.
what?
Tiwa.
Tiwa. Okay.
That's an actual tribe. You can look it up. It's an
Uh-huh.
actual tribe.
That's your fact. What part of Texas is that in?
That's in New Mexico, Las Cruces area.
Las Cruces area, New Mexico, Las Cruces area.
Well, the tribe is
Okay.
actually from the tribe is actually from up there by Albuquerque. But when the Spaniards came, which was part of history, they came and they enslaved the actual tribe at the time and brought them down to El Paso for the missions in Juarez area.
Okay. Does your tribe hold on one second, Gerbil? Does your tribe have a oral story of taking in Africans?
No, we don't.
Okay. So you don't know your tribe ain't got no oral tradition of taking the Africans. You can't name no Africans that came over here.
Why-
You don't even know when Africans got here. So
why would that-
why am I
why would that be a thing?
why am I supposed to believe that
Yeah.
we came from Africa?
And how
If
are
you
you
don't- you-
Mexican? How are you
Mhm.
Mexican if you're indigenous to Texas?
Yeah, because Texas was chaos, separate from Mexico.
And you can't don't say the tribes were also in Mexico because you wouldn't have said they were indigenous to Texas. You would also said they were also in Mexico. You said the tribe was indigenous to Texas, but you just said
You're listening to what I'm saying.
you can't be Mexican if you're indigenous to Texas.
I can be whatever I want. I mean, you guys
Okay,
are doing the
so
same
you're not.
thing.
So stop pretending to be indigenous to Texas. You're Mexican.
I'm
like
not
you said.
pretending.
So
I'm not
you're
pretending.
Mexican like you said, not
I'm
indigenous.
from a tribe. You can look up the tribe.
No, you just
It
said
is
you're from
federally-
Mexico. You just said you're from Mexico.
I have
Okay,
a
so
descendant. I was
Mexican
born
American.
here.
So
I was
not
born
from
here in the States.
America.
I was born here in the States.
Okay,
He's a
so
mestizo.
Mestizo, yeah.
Okay, why are you
Mestizo.
interrupting? I'm
You're absolutely
talking.
right.
I'm talking. You said you were indigenous to Texas, a tribe located in Texas. The tribe you mentioned does not even come from Mexico, but now you're saying you're Mexican American. Which one is it?
Into anything I said.
Which one
I
is
don't know if
it?
you're putting words in my mouth.
You said Mexican American, and then you listed a tribe that's indigenous to Texas and
It's
are not
actually-
located in Mexico.
It's from New Mexico, the tribe, right? It's from New Mexico.
New Mexico is not
And they
located
were
in
brought
Mexico.
down. They were brought down to Texas. Okay.
New Mexico is not
I have
located in Mexico.
Mexican descent.
People from New Mexico, people that are indigenous to New Mexico are not Mexicans. You just said you're Mexican American.
I have Mexican descent, yes, and I'm also
You need
Native
to pick. You need to
American.
pick a struggle, sir, and stay
No,
there.
that's what I am. I mean, I don't
You
know
have an identity
why,
crisis.
why you have a
you
problem
need
with
to
that.
pick a spot and stick there.
No, that's what I am. I'm a
You
mix.
don't know what you are.
I'm
Clearly,
mixed. I'm mixed.
Yeah, you're mixed.
I'm mixed.
you got
Okay.
mixed with Ottoman Turk. You look like a
You're
Turk.
not
Look at your
full
profile
Hold
picture.
on, one second.
You're not full African. You're mixed. You're probably
You're
mixed.
mixed.
You don't even hold on one second.
Maybe white.
Let me
You're
go
mixed.
through the
You're not a full-blooded
Hold on one
African.
second. All right, one second. Let me go through the rundown. Your tribe has no oral tradition of taking in Africans. You don't know. Well, I'm still talking. You don't know what year Africans got to America. And on top of that, you don't hold on. What you can't even name 10 Africans because somebody gave you that. So going through the rundown, you know nothing about Africans coming to America. So why am I supposed to believe you when you call me an African?
descent. You're a descendant from Africa.
Name 10 Africans that came to America.
I don't think you can name 10 Africans in the freaking 1690s.
In 1619, oh, John Punch, Margaret Cornish
John Punch
Sweat.
from 1619?
John Punch, Margaret Cornish Sweat, right? You got Zwart Mozingo. You got Michiel Gowan. You got John Archer. I can keep going. Right. Uh-huh. Yeah, you got the Banaka people, right? There's a bunch of Mozingo. Yeah, Zwart. John Punch was what? John Punch was not a slave owner. Do you know who John Punch is?
You don't know who that is.
You don't even know who John Punch is. He was the first person to be called a slave in America.
So they were slaves.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Man.
Your Tommy's a troll.
Yeah, y'all. Why do y'all do
No,
this?
it's not.
Y'all
You guys don't use logic. That's the problem.
Dude, I'm the only one that can answer
See, you're not
questions
using
right now during this conversation. I'm the only one that can answer questions.
Well, because you did your research. You know, you did your research
I've
on
done
those
it.
people.
Obviously, research you haven't done. So if you're saying that I'm African, right, it sounds like you need to do some research because you don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, I'm obviously the one in this conversation that knows what they're talking about.
Let me say something real quick. Can I say something?
Watch. Yeah, like.
Hold on, man. Let me say something. Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
If you look up John Punch, it says he was the first.
The first person to do what?
Finish?
I'm not muting you. Stop. Y'all stop muting them. Let them finish.
Yeah.
Now they're just doing it to mess with you. Go ahead.
Muted me, man. I looked up John Punch, okay?
Uh-huh.
And it says he was not a slave when I was wrong. It says rather he was the first African indentured servant in Virginia to be sentenced to lifelong servitude, 1640.
It's
So
16.
he was an African, right?
Yeah, from Cameroon, they said.
He was African though, right?
Yes, from Cameroon, they say.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so why are you bringing up his name?
It's someone you don't even know about.
No, why would I know about him?
So if you're saying that
I
we're
know about
African,
my history.
if you're telling people that they're African, I expect you to know some Africans.
No, why?
I expect if I tell you that you're a conquistador, right?
I'm not.
You would have to, and would you be wrong for asking me to name some conquistadors?
So I probably do have some Spanish descent. I probably do have.
You probably. What's your last name Spanish?
That it is. But
so obviously you
realize?
have Spanish descent. If you didn't get, if you don't have Spanish
I'm
mixed in you, hold on one second. If you don't have, you're mixed. You're mestizo. Mestizo means mixed.
So I'm actually admitting it. But why can't you admit it?
Can you don't even know any Africans that came here.
I don't need
Why
to
should
know
I
any
listen to
Africans
you? Why should I listen to you?
I don't need to know any Africans.
You're saying that I'm African, right? You
I'm
just
saying
want me to
African
claim to be
descent.
African because that makes you feel
African
good.
descent.
You just want me to
Because
claim
you're not
African.
indigenous.
You want me to claim African to make you feel good. I'm not here to make you feel good. You don't know any Africans that came here. You don't know any Africans that came here.
Why would I know?
Well, why are you telling people that they're African if you don't know any Africans?
You're African descent.
Why don't you know any Africans and you're telling people that they're African? I think you would need to know that. You just learned who John Punch is. That's the only African that's the only African that you know by name that came to America. Why would I bring it up? Because I expect you to know. One second. Hold on one second. I expect you to know about some Africans if you're telling me that I'm African. Can you even name 5 African countries?
Uganda, Rwanda, Nigeria, Liberia. Like what's so hard about that?
That's not even 5. That's not even 5.
2 more.
Bro,
You
I can
name
literally
4.
pull up a map and give you.
Like,
What-
I
what-
asked you
what
no
sense
map.
does that
I asked
make?
you at top. I asked you top name. Can you name 10 slave
What
ships?
sense does that
Can
make?
you name 10 slave ships?
Why would you even deny it? That's sad, man.
Can you name 10 slave ships?
Why would you even deny that you're not?
And who's denying what? If I told you Africans came over here, is that denying it? Genius? No, it's not.
You're not
So
indigenous.
can you name 10 Africans? 10 African ships, slave ships. Can you name 10 tribes on the east coast of the United States? No,
I know
you
other
can't.
tribes in my area.
Name 10 tribes. Name 10
Comanche,
tribes.
Apache.
I
Eagle.
ain't ask all that. Name 10 tribes
I'm
east
just
coast of the
saying.
United. Name 10
Navajo.
tribes. Name 10 tribes east coast of the United States, dude. I ain't ask for all that. Y'all be knowing about areas y'all be talking about.
Where are the Iroquois from?
They're from the Great Lakes. And that's not even their original name. Do you know their original name?
Well, what's their original name?
Haudenosaunee.
So are you? What tribe are you from?
I'm from the Scalpaho tribe.
The Scalpaho?
Yeah, the Scalpaho.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't even say it right, man.
Scalpaho. Yeah, because we do the scalping around here. We the ones that do the scalping. Y'all know.
Look at my profile, man. I actually have they call it a traje. All right. That's when
I don't care what you got. I don't care what
we do
you got.
ceremonies, man. We actually practice it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Can you name 10 tribes east of the Mississippi?
I could look it up.
You can look at it. Why don't you know this supposed to be your land, right? You don't know what Africans got.
The whole
You don't
continent is supposed to.
Yeah. This supposed to be your land, right? You don't know no Africans that came here. You don't know no tribes outside of your area. Nothing. You know nothing about nothing. I'm supposed to believe you. You don't even know tribes outside of your area. You don't know when Africans came over here. You don't know what year they got here. What? You can't name none of them. And this supposed to be your land, right?
I did name them.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I gave you a name, dude. I gave you a name. I gave you a name. Stop lying. And then you gonna lie. Like that's supposed to be, that makes you cool or something. That makes you look better or something. Then you gonna lie on. You ain't been honest about nothing. You just lied in my face. Like I just peep you lied in my face. You didn't even know who John Punch was.
Lie to yourself. That's the problem.
You're lying to yourself, thinking that you're smart.
It's sad, man.
Child should have been left behind with this one. A child should have been left behind with this one.
Man.
Yeah,
It's
and
sad.
you're from Texas, which George Bush is. You should have left you behind, for sure.
Kind of pathetic, you know.
It's sad and pathetic that you don't know tribes outside your area and you claim this your land. That's pathetic. That it's pathetic that you calling people Africans, but you don't know any Africans that came over here.
So let me
can't
ask you
even
another
name.
question.
You can't even name. You can't know. This ain't an interview.
Let me
You
ask
can't
you
even
another
name 5.
Africans.
You can't even name 5
Why-
African countries. That's pathetic. You're
Why
calling
is it
people
that they were
African.
American?
You're calling people African, but you can't even name
Why was
5
there an
African
American Indian
countries.
war that black people fought? Why
Name,
was there an
name,
American Indian war that black people?
what was the first war that was fought in Virginia? Huh? What was the first war that was fought in Virginia? And what year did it happen?
Relevant to what we're talking about.
They are relevant. Is Virginia not in America now? They are relevant.
Yeah,
Is
no,
Virginia not? It's all
is not-
relevant. It's all relevant because Virginia's in America. So
Get
what
this mama
year?
from the
What year did Virginia? What year did the Indians fight in Virginia? What year? And who did they fight against? And who did they fight against? It's broader than that. The Chesapeake area. Because I'm in the United States. Oh, he's gonna go look it up, and it's gonna give you the wrong answer. He ain't even gonna.
On my state.
He's gonna.
Jungles. It's in the jungles even today.
It's all relevant to the conversation because we're talking. If I was talking about a war in Africa, then you would have a point. But we're not talking about a war in Africa. We're not talking about a war in Europe. We're not talking about a war in Asia. We're talking about a war in America that involves indigenous people of America.
The first major land battle of the American Civil War? What are you talking about, dude?
1865. I'm talking about a war
1861.
The
first battle of Bull Run fought in
Man, shut up. Because you don't even know about you could have said the Revolutionary War,
I don't
dude.
know where you're going.
You could have talked about the Revolutionary War, but I'm talking about the way before the Revolutionary War. I'm talking about 200 years before the Revolutionary War.
200 years before the Revolutionary War.
What war transpired between which group of people in the 1500s in the Chesapeake area?
Come on, Mikey.
What was the first battle?
In the 1500s, and between what group of people in the 1500s in the Chesapeake area? You know where the Chesapeake at, right?
The Battle of Chesapeake?
Battle of Chesapeake. And what tribes in the Chesapeake area fought? And who do they fight against?
I'll be honest with you, I can't find that.
No, yeah, exactly, because you're not. You actually can find it on the History Channel.
So no, explain it.
Nope. I'm not. Because why do I know and you don't?
Because I'm curious of what you're talking about.
Somebody already gave the Powhatan kicked the Spanish out in the 1500s of the Chesapeake area. The Powhatan. Kicked the Spanish out of the Chesapeake area. The Spanish
what does that have to do with the conversation?
You're talking about I'm talking about tribes in America.
What does that have to do with the conversation?
What does that have to do? It has everything to do with the conversation.
They weren't Black Americans.
Yes, they were. Why were the Powhatan called? Why did John Smith call Chief Powhatan as black as the devil? He said he was black. John Rolfe said that Chief Powhatan was black. John Smith even said that Virginia Indians brown color. You're not Rich Brown. I'm a Rich Brown. Jubbal's a Rich Brown. CR's a Rich Brown.
Black.
Are black people this color of black? No, they're not. Are black people the color black? No, they're not.
Say they're Negro.
Who are the only people on earth with a rich brown color? It's not you, Mike. You don't have a rich brown color. I have a rich brown color. Gerbil has a rich brown color. Venus has a rich brown color. CR has a rich brown color. Kota has a rich brown color. TP has a rich brown color. Even African Earthman has a deep brown color. You don't.
That you have the same color as him?
As who?
Who you describe right now?
Yes, as the Powhatan, yes. African Earthman, they come in brown skin too. Nobody's the color black.
I am darker than you. I'm darker than you.
Okay, cool. You're still brown skin. You're still brown skin, dude.
Yes. Whatever you want.
Like, come on, bro. Trippy told y'all cooked them.
Right now, I'm looking at the picture right now.
What's up? What you got, Kappa? You can tag it.
Put it. Let me. Oh shit.
Oh shiz.
Let me put the picture up.
Yeah, Tuscaloosa is brown skin. He had a deep brown color. He was described as a dark warrior. He was described as a dark warrior. I don't think Kappa there right now.
They describe them as Negro-like and say
Negro-like.
Yes.
Negro-like. What does Negro-like mean?
What does Negro-like mean? Hey, why don't you bring up a picture of who?
Nah.
Why don't you bring up a picture of who you're talking about?
Okay, Chief Powhatan. Let me find that picture because they got original painting of Chief Powhatan.
No,
he's literally the color. He's literally the color of his background. They painted him as literally as the color of the background. Right. If I can find that the original. Yeah, not Asian like.
Easterners.
Yeah, not Asian like, not
You got
European
African
like.
like you. You ain't got your features.
Oh,
You
so
got
Mike,
What does
straight
it?
hair.
What does an
Mike,
African? What does? Hold on.
You got
Explain to me
long
what.
straight hair.
What does it? What does an African look like?
You have kinky hair. You know what I
Is that
mean? You guys,
is that hair type exclusive to Africa?
yes.
No, it's not. Because you can
Well,
find it in you can find it in Australia, right? Why would it?
Aborigines, it's
Oh yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
curly hair.
Yeah. Australia. You can find it in the Pacific Islands. You can find it all over the world. You can actually find it in America too. Because why would Indian tribes straighten their hair if it was already straight?
We took it
Why
everywhere.
why would Indian tribes straighten?
Natural.
Why
It's
would
naturally
it,
straight.
why would
Your
why
hair
would
is naturally kinky.
Indians did not have naturally straight hair? Why would they use bear
They do.
grease? Why would they straighten their hair if it was already straight?
You can't. They.
Why would the Susquehanna and the Seneca
How
have
come you don't have
Afro pick?
straight hair?
Why would the Susquehanna
Why don't you?
Why would the Susquehanna and the Seneca have Afro picks?
That's it. Hell,
Did he drop? He
dropped
left.
himself.
He left. Yeah.
He dropped himself. No one dropped him.
Yeah. Okay, I was about to pull it up. Boy, I was about to cook him. It's kind of, let me look at. Oh, I can show a few things, right? Because the Susquehanna had pics and stuff like that. But yeah, it's so many books where they describe the Indians as like Negro, black, or whatever, right? Like, come on, bro. Like, I got so many sources. I got too many sources actually. But go ahead, Drake. Where are you from? What's your ethnicity?
Oh yeah, man. I was peeping how dude was saying, "Oh, Negro features," but he trying to say if he stay out in the sun, that don't even make sense because features is also your nose and all that type of stuff. At this point, they just being ignorant. At this point.
Yeah, for sure. I got all type. Hold on, we got oh dang, let me flip my camera. Actually, flip camera. Boom. Yeah, this is one from Louisiana. Spanish governors of Louisiana described American Indians as Negroes in New Orleans, 1784. Johnny Aborigine. We got Governor Galvez saying that they're Negroes, American launch, this and that. Boom. Yes, they're Savage Chief, Senor Malo. So they'll call their chiefs Senor Malo in Louisiana and stuff like that. They were free Negroes and mulattoes considered. And
But this was
and
after
that.
slavery has been going on.
1784. What
Yeah,
else?
that's like 100 years after slavery.
Negroid. Okay, they
So
said people. Hold on one second. The monthly record of anthropological science This is in 1939. They talk about the Negroid physical type inhabited the Virgin Islands in pre-Columbian time. So there goes the Virgin Island, right? Who is Indian? Who is Negro? By Paul, what's his face? Come on now.
We have
Thank y'all for the
99
gift.
people in here. Y'all tap the screen, share the live, gift the host and the panel. While
They
Garbage
slaves
Can is
too, right?
likewise.
No, they're not slaves. No. These folks ain't slaves. The second WW, yeah, this occasion, this, and that. You got this source who is Indian, who is Negro, for Virginia Indians in the World War II draft by Paul T. Murray. Just being sorry out there. They're talking about Virginia Indians and that. How many? Whatever sources I got. Oh yeah, the Fula and Zulu. Hold on 1 second. The Fula and the Zulu. Towcats have presented the source. Our mixed breeds transferred to Africa could become a social aristocracy, such as the Fula of Nigeria, the Hema of Uganda, and the Zulu of South Africa, all whom have Caucasian blood coursing through their veins, and all whom are above the true Negro in culture. The mixed breed would be an ethnic and cultural link connecting the Negro of Africa with the YTs of Europe and America.
We be telling y'all these
This is
Africans
by
have European blood.
This is by Ernest.
This is blatant hybrid warfare.
YT America. This is from Ernest S. Cox, the same guy that was cool with Marcus Garvey. They saying this the Fula, the Hema, and the Zulu have Caucasian blood in them. Ernest S. Cox, Marcus Garvey's boy, the people that wanted our people to go back to Africa. Like, come on now.
You know
what's is
go ahead.
that
you
we can go through. Hold on, Mr. African, because we can go through every part of the Americas, fam. We can pull up anything about racism, and racism is always based in color of skin, right? And when I went to noticing that America had multiple colors for races and not actual ancestry background, I went back and started looking at, laws and runaway advertisements in America. And when I tell you, these runaway advertisements really place a person's race on them, because I've never heard of a yellow Negro in runaway time, copper colored Negroes. Then I turn around and I start finding all of the runaway advertisements that say those words.
Yep.
The Latin American racial caste system, fam. A Latin American with actual Spanish blood, if you can't show us your abuela that you got in the closet, you shouldn't speak to us about having no indigenous ancestry, because what I got in my background say that not damn Mexican is indigenous. 16 categories of dark-skinned people mixing with other indigenous dark-skinned people. It ain't got nothing to do with a Mexican unless he going back to looking like a Mexican.
I got those clippings to say that, but go ahead.
So, I'm confused on how your man's that's sitting down here is talking about 400 years after slavery with us being dark-skinned in the Americas, right? But I got a caste system that's been going on since 1492, an actual painting of the people. None of those people were actually Africans in this caste system. And it was nothing but the Spanish and Portuguese a part of this caste system. I just need for people to show me and remind me again when color became an actual ethnicity.
Right.
And a lot of the tribes has got people married into their tribes. Like a lot of them are chinos and mestizos who work with the Spanish crown or the English crown. and well, the Spanish crown mainly, and transferred it over to being a free Indio. So a lot of them really ain't even.
Man, what if I?
You know
What if I
What's
told you
up,
that?
Genetic?
What if I told you that Chino is dark skinned, curly haired person?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with a nation.
Yeah, they had black Chinos. You know what I'm saying? But they whole caste system separated the Chinos basically. And, you know what I'm saying? They thinking like, oh, it's because how they set it up and how the indigenous then what confused people is the mulatto and color. If you can tap into that, you can tap into to some of your Indian ancestors because that's what they're classifying them as. Mulatto and color. That's what confused everybody. It went from mulatto to color to black to Negro to African American. So they put everybody in the pot and then confused everybody with that.
Yep. For sure, holding on.
Everybody. When at one time, bro, we had 3 categories of race going on in the 90s when they was trying to make African American a prominent race. Black had just became one, and some people were still colored and wouldn't mark Negro on their paper. That's how everybody got melded together, because they were still, if a person would mark something else, they'll still place you back under that category. Because I'm telling you, you go back and look at those runaway advertisements,
Like
bro,
that.
your race was your skin color.
Yeah, yep.
All your
I've seen
military
some.
represent your. So when I started looking at that, I was like, hold on. So they know that these people are from America because they got them marked down as native, but they got them marked as like their color is Negro.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if the English was marking your color down, not your race, not your nationality, but your color, your skin color down as Negro or mulatto or copper or yellow, that goes to
Or
tell
black
you right
in
there
some
and
cases
there,
too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the word bright. What else? They used to have the word Rudy on
bright.
there.
Yep.
I done seen Ruddy, Brindle.
Yeah, bro. Mm-hmm.
I done seen
Tawny.
I done seen Indian looking.
And they're
I done
even
seen
going
the
like,
one too.
and they're mix it up too. There's a dark mulatto, light mulatto.
That mulatto,
dark and copper. But see, this the thing, right? Dark and copper is one of the 12 shades of copper, right? Copper is one of the 12 shades of copper, right? Dark and copper is one of the runaway terms for copper, right? Republican call nobody Afro anything or African anything. These folks are Indios Obscuro and Indios Declaro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh yeah, Indios Claro and Indios Obscuro. That means Indios very dark or Indios very light, but these people are Indians. So when I start paying it, I'm like, hold on, let's keep scrolling real quick. Let's keep looking through, man, bro. It's not no form of the Americas where they don't have it advertised that these runaways are by their skin complexion. Your race was your skin complexion. Like,
right.
These folks knew who you were. You had to remember who you were, but you had to live by your skin complexion of race with them, because they really wanted to create a white, pure race of people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
like
bad,
the live,
bro.
y'all. No, I was just saying, like the live, y'all. Get people in here, share, like and share the live, and give gifts. Send gifts to the panel. But I got a whole bunch of sources I can go through on Twitter and stuff like that. Like I got a lot. Because I got a lot of this stuff in Pinterest. I could literally go through my Pinterest. There's a bunch of sources in there as well.
Yeah, but all your sources are coming from white scholars. What is your history?
Brother.
From your
history?
story.
What is my
Passed on to
history?
you from your grandparents, your language.
They said I was Indian. They
Stop
passed down
telling us
this.
who we are.
Yeah, they passed down this American English that everybody in the world speaks. They passed down this Ebonics that everybody in the world speaks. What else? They passed down a lot of things. And a lot of things I ain't gonna tell you.
Facts. I'm sorry.
Why would
I
you
was
say
gonna
it?
say,
Just
hold
like
on,
you're willing to share these
African, hello. We
white
respect,
scholars.
hold on. We respect women in America. That's how I know you
Yep.
don't really research us. We're tribe, we respect the matriarchy here. What in the world? I was
Africa
gonna
is the
say,
home of
hello. Thank you. I'm a
Respect
moderator.
me and I
I am a
respect you.
Now yield to the
moderator.
mod,
Always
dude.
free.
Yield
I
to
am
the
a
mod.
moderator.
She's been
Yield to
dissing me all night.
dude. Yield to the mod.
I don't
don't
care
care.
about you. Listen.
Thank you, Wavy.
Stop disrespecting us. At this point, it's disrespectful to say that
Respect
we
is
don't know
two-way
it.
street.
Excuse me. It's disrespectful at this point to say that we don't know nothing, even though we were born here and we know our ancestral land. It's disrespectful. You dissing our grandparents, you dissing our ancestors. Stop it, because we can get really disrespectful.
Also,
No
you're
one
not dissing
disrespectful.
our ancestors by saying it's a lie. They
I
were
am
never
still
stolen.
talking. I'm still talking.
That ain't
We could get really disrespectful, and we haven't disrespected you yet.
did your people sell Africans African? Earthman?
Do you know? You see how CNN creates this narrative today? That's how they created
CNN
that
ain't create that narrative. It's Africans
Morally
saying they
redeem
sold
themselves.
other Africans. Did
It's
your
like
people
saying,
sell any
it's
Africans?
like,
You talking about our
listen,
ancestors.
it's like
I
saying,
don't have the
it's
same
like,
ancestors you do.
it's
I
like
don't.
saying everything started on October 7 or H is to blame for everything. They have to morally redeem themselves. You are seeing it right now. You are not paying
I ain't asked
attention
you
to
all
what's
that, yo.
happening in the world.
I did
The
not
world
ask you all
today.
that.
African dude. So you think that they only saying, you think that Africans only came here?
CNN back in the day
No.
created
Do
that
you
narrative
think
that
that
Africans
were
sold each
Africans the
other.
only people that came to America?
What I'm saying is
Were there
Africans were
other
kidnapped
people from other
Africa.
continents that came?
I don't know. I'm talking about
That's all
Africa.
I'm asking. They had black Europeans.
I'm talking about. I know about
Y'all were not
Africa.
the only people. Y'all were not the only people. Everybody here is not African.
Fine. I know about. I know. and
glad
that's
he's
that's
talking
the
about
thing I'm saying. I'm not saying that all of you come from Africa, but what I am saying is Africans were kidnapped by Europeans and sold not just into not
And where
just
did
to-
and
not
where did
just to
where
United
did most of
States,
them go?
but into Brazil,
Uh-huh.
into across South America.
Where did most of
Africans
them
were
go?
kidnapped by the Arabs and sold into slavery too. So we know our
Okay, where did
history.
most of the Africans go into the Americas?
It's interesting you're saying that we are
Oh
dissing
my
our
God.
history, but you don't understand that by
We
saying
understand.
slavery never happened, you
When
are
did I say
creating.
slavery never happened? I didn't say that once.
That's what you guys always say.
No, we
You said-
don't. Name
You said
time stamp
Africans
it.
were never
Now
taken into America.
time stamp. When did I say that? I literally named an African earlier. Like, what are we talking about?
So Africans have been carried.
Dude, stop! Don't be disingenuous. I literally named two Africans earlier that were brought to America. So don't stop it. I don't like when y'all. Yeah, don't lie on me.
That's fine then. I don't have no problem. I'm not
don't
saying
lie
you
on
are
me.
not Native American, but all I am saying is Africans were taken into the Americas. That's
What's
it.
up, real American? What's up? What's
know
up,
what?
Coop?
I like-
We got somebody new on the panel. What's up, Coop? Is he loaded in? I'm chilling. We got this live going. I'll probably have it up for. I'll probably have it up for another hour. I'll probably get off here in an hour, most likely. Because I gotta get up for work in the morning. Thank you for the corn. Thank y'all for the gifts.
like the fact that y'all love to just throw it up. Africans were brought to America for whatever reason to justify having a conversation or to argue with us or to dialogue with us. Because at whatever point, y'all still know y'all have no ties to us. So these arguments are how y'all are creating them, really, right? And your cultural exchange is not working out very well for most of y'all. So let me tell you how this works, right? Now, when we ask y'all a simple question like, What year was your country created, and what was the name of your country before it was created? And you tell me you don't have a name for it, we have a problem. You see, if I can go back and tell you the lost states where my people come from, and I can name the land before the time then, and I can give you an ancient ancestral name from a tribe, you shouldn't have no way to argue with me about who I am. But then you don't have names for third great grandparents, second great grandparents, first great grandparents, or your actual grandparents. Still today, we still don't get the name
records for us.
Bro. Nobody has to keep records for you to orally know your grandmother's name.
Because it's white culture to write things down.
Bro, calm down, because you don't have to have a record to know your bro. I'm gonna repeat myself again. You
records.
Do not
That's what those were.
have to have your grandmother's name on paper to know it orally.
Right.
You had it because YT man put it down.
Brother. Oh my! I knew my second. I knew my. Hold on, one second. I actually met my great grandfather.
Those were slave records.
In Virginia. Hold on, they're not slave. What? Shut up. I was about to say I met my great grandfather in like what 05, 06. I was in elementary school when I met my great grandfather. Right. You know, I met a great grandparent when I was in elementary school. And then I knew his father's name and his parents' names.
I knew both sides of my great grandparents growing up. Both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side. My great grandparents, I knew them. I talked to them. They told me stories. Never told me nothing about slavery. They always told me that we were Indians. And I'm 53 years old, and I stand on it.
Off the dribble.
Alrighty.
I'm highly confused, right? Because that sounds backwards for you to say that we don't have a history, but we kept records of our history. But you have a history, but can't tell me nothing about it unless it has something to do with something that's in a book from a YT person. Do you not understand that, sir?
What do you mean? You cannot trace your family beyond when slavery first came to America, because that's when they start to write.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That's when they start to write things down for you.
Okay, so
isn't when slavery started? Isn't that when Europeans started recording records? So that
they were property. So
that doesn't mean YT.
Okay, so
hold on. YT Americans can't trace their ancestry before the slave trade. So what is your point?
You and YT, one thing you have in common.
Nobody whose ancestors started the USA can trace their ancestry before the USA, unless they're European. Okay, so I don't understand what your point is. You can't even trace your ancestry to 200 years ago. Show us your ancestors from 200 years ago. I'm not muting.
Hey, we just want to know that.
If you have time.
Show your ancestor from 200 years ago.
Well, let's go.
I would
show an ancestor from 1760.
We ready?
I said I will take you
Let's go.
back
Let's
to
go.
1,000 years.
Put someone on
I am
your
the
tree.
African herdsman. You won't let me speak.
Put someone on your tree from
because you are
1760. Hey. Turn on your camera. Turn on your camera.
Name a book on the matter that we're talking about.
I already told him to name a book like over an hour ago. He still hasn't named it. So
name something about what we're talking about. Name a book that you read.
I already asked him that. He didn't answer over an hour ago.
Oh yeah.
Don't mute. Let me read.
He actually I asked him.
Have some courtesy, man.
I asked him and he named the Bible. So
okay.
Hey man, where you get that Arab voice from?
You know why you guys
Arabs.
You know why you guys keep
No. I don't want to hear you know why you guys. Where does that Arab accent come from? Where does your Arab accent come from? Are you Muslim?
No.
That boy from
Well,
North.
You're not
I was
Muslim,
born,
but you
I was,
talk
I
just
was
like
born
an
a
Arab.
Muslim. I was born a Muslim, but I'm not.
Oh, you was
practicing.
born a Muslim.
Yeah.
That's
Because
interesting.
I come from a predominantly Muslim country.
Oh, and what country would that be?
Gambia.
Oh, you come from Gambia. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
so-
Was
so
Gambia
I
a
was
part of
born
the Arab slave trade? Was Gambia a part of the Arab slave trade?
Gambians went even to America. Kunta Kinte came from Gambia.
Bro. Kunta Kinte not a real
He's a
person.
fictional character.
That's
What?
not a real person. But anyway, was
I
Gambia
went to
a
their
part of
village.
the Arab
I
slave
went
trade?
to their village and met.
Was
and met
Gambia
Hadid.
a part of the Arab slave trade? We don't want to hear nothing else. Answer that.
Was Gambia?
Was it or was it
No.
not? A part of
Probably.
the Arab slave trade.
Probably. 'cause
Probably, right?
the Arab
So answer
slave-
this question. No. We ain't finna worry about the rest. What you finna do is, since you say that Kunta Kinte was born to, you still sound Arabian.
What do you mean?
You still sound like the Arabs that slave traded y'all, but you still sound like the Arabs that slave traded y'all, but you do not sound like the Americans you claim slave traded you. How is that possible?
Who said now this is
You still
you
sound
listened
like
to me
the
and I
Arabs
said
who traded y'all in slavery.
listen to me.
Listen and listen carefully.
Yes.
Listen and listen
Because
carefully.
I said
Your
Europeans.
accent
I said
is
Europeans came to
Arabian.
Africa.
But you said
That's-
Europeans brung Kunta Kinte to America. So that would have mean Europeans lived in your land for a little while. But you guys do not speak English like Black Americans or Liberians. So why do you still have your Arab accent
So you
and you
think
were
all
traded
that-
by the Arabs first?
Your question don't make
I'm
no
confused.
sense. Your question doesn't
It don't
make
make no
any
sense.
I've got
That you
an
still
accent.
sound like an Arab.
There are people in
Hey,
there are people
well,
in
answer this
Gambia.
then. Just slow down. Just slow down. Just slow down. Just slow down. So I'm gonna make it
let
make
me
sense for you.
respond. Let
I want to
me
make it make
respond
sense
then.
for you, right?
Because it's
Hold on.
frustrating you just
No,
throwing things
look.
in.
Let me
Don't
make
let
it
me
make
speak.
sense for you real quick, so you can understand my question. You said it ain't make no sense, so let me make sense for you. The Arabs slave traded you guys first. Did they or did they not?
They did invade East Africa, so I'm not sure about western parts to Gambia.
No.
What
The
I
Arabs
am
invaded
sure,
West
what I am
Africa
sure
too,
of,
right? The
what-
Arabs invaded
listen, I'm talking
almost
about
all
my
of
part.
Africa except for the southern
No, not
part.
all of Africa, not all of Africa.
Yeah, because the slave trade say the Arab slave
Even
trade say they
Europeans
went into
didn't-
West Africa.
Even
and took-
Europeans
and
didn't
took
conquer all
slaves
of
out
Africa.
of West Africa.
You don't even know
Even
your own
Europeans
history. You
didn't
trying to
conquer
tell us
all of
about ours.
Africa. There are tribes in Africa, even
Bro.
got a new
The
person.
Arabs been slave trading y'all still today. So we're not finna sit there and act like
Alright,
they're
we got
still
a new
not in
person up
Africa.
here too.
Oh, all right.
What's
you
up,
know,
Adriana?
even let me put my point across.
Yeah, what up, bro?
Here, Africa. New person on the panel.
Because I burn your heart with fire, innit?
What? What? What he say?
Way. Next person.
You can handle the fire I have to spit.
All right, bro.
Anyone.
All right.
Okay,
Next
so
person.
I think I heard Adam mention like tracing his tribes. I want to touch up on that.
You said who?
Adam, I
About
believe.
my tribe history because
Okay, so that could be true that there's some lineage, but I like to argue that that's from an interracial relationship, and that's only ignoring the other half of the African lineage as well. So you're using the tribal side to trace you before
so you
1819.
A white
Or the
team.
other
okay, so
lineage
explain this
doesn't
to
go
me then.
before 1819.
Explain this to me then. Okay, so explain this to me then. If I can not trace my lineage past 1819, then how do I still have ditcha in my mouth like my Muskogee ancestors did? Have you ever heard the word ditcha eat before? Have you ever heard it? Because I'm
Is
pretty
that
sure.
from Native
if you've
Americans,
ever-
the interracial side, or what?
No, because y'all like to say our tongue is African, right? That's what y'all like to say. We have an African tongue that's broken English. Now, the word Ditcha is a Muskogee word. You ever heard? That's a Muskogee word, and it still runs heavily in the South. Now, I'm Native American. This is actual natural tongue from my people. Like, did you see this? Did you know? Did you hungry, right? So, if you've never heard those words and translated them to the word "did you eat today," then you probably don't even know where the word "did you" come from, do you, sir?
So what has to do with being before 1819?
Don't you? That'd have been hilarious.
Everything.
No. Because see, the thing is about 1819 is linguistics come with tongue, right? Because tongue come with culture, doesn't it? Right along with food. Does it not?
Did that come from the African lineage?
Does it not, sir? I don't matter where it came from, does it not? That's what I'm asking you. Isn't culture tongue, food, dance, and other things like the stuff that you wear and the things that you do? Is it not called culture?
Yeah, I suppose.
Like
Okay, so cool. Well, let's talk a little culture for a little while, right? So let's go back to let's say we can start off with a little bit of grits, right? Because we know that the first Thanksgiving was actually when the Spanish came to St. Augustine, and the second one was in Savannah, Georgia, and that's why they have Thanksgiving Day on a separate day in Savannah, Georgia than they do every other year, and they still celebrate regular traditional Thanksgiving, right? Oh, you probably don't know that part of history, do you? Okay, so at this point that you don't know history,
on your Thanksgivings, did you eat with knife
This
and
has
forks?
nothing to do with you.
I'm finna answer that question in just a second. I'm gonna show you how this all works, right? So, traditionally, for the Yamasee and the Guale Indians and the Timbuktua, we were already celebrating Thanksgiving. Just like your Easter flower is the American lily flower, your Christmas flower is the Poinsettia, the red ruby flower of Mexico. So you wouldn't really know how Florida had its whole name across the United States at one point, and not just a small place in the corner, did you? Just like you don't know that Yuchi is short for Geechee. Because the Yuchi part of it because their Hidachichi cousins called them this. Do you know about having Hidachichi blood or being from the town of Capachique in Albany, Georgia? Can you tell me the story of DeSoto fighting my town, of my ancestors, that is still owned? Can you tell me about the 200 Chiahaw Indians that were so-called unalived by the American Union soldiers, other Confederates? No, you cannot, because you know nothing about Bakers County or Lee Redbone, Georgia.
Okay, was archaeological sites, when were those founded? Do you know, before 1819?
See, that's the word that you use, right? Founded. Stop. Because you use the word found did. That means something was already there. Okay, found did. That means something was already there, wasn't it? So that means somebody discovered some people. You want to know why you can't know no history of those people? Because those are your lower
African or Native Americans is talking about the archaeological sites.
Bro. These are your lower creeks that you never heard of that became the entire lower creeks. Yo, Appalachian Indians, you don't know nothing about these Ixicans because you don't know our connection to the Yucatan. You don't know about the Chantal Maya and the sickle cell trait that they passed amongst the Americas. You are just talking.
Coming from the
Don't ask me nothing about no African when we are already hypo-descended under the term African American. You can't say nothing about an African ancestor when we sitting around here carrying the hypo-descended name African American. You know what that means? That's one drop rule. You want to get to claim your inferior ancestor. But the thing was, the term African wasn't used when that rule was made. It was called a colored person. So now we turn to the term colored. Let's go back and look at some of the runaway advertisements of the different colors of races in America. Because you have the color Negro, right? Because we know Negro means black. Then you got Rudy, Brindle. What are all the other colors that we were naming earlier? And I noticed that the white servant English Christian. Yes, right. So since when has a color that is a race became an ethnicity?
Well, yeah, color wouldn't be really tied to a race or ethnicity.
Color is the race. That's
What
the
do you
point that
think?
y'all keep missing, right?
Indigenous
Hey, matter of
can be
fact,
dark colored
cuz
too,
let me
bro.
hold a big screen. Let me hold
All
a
right.
big screen since he want to
All
call
right,
us
so
African. I'm glad I got this in my background.
If color's not a race, why do they call it people of color? What's that about?
People like
Have
to
you ever seen this
confuse,
before?
Spanish colonialism textbooks when they say Negro as African, but they're just talking about a dark colored person, bro.
Right. So let's talk about the Latin American racial caste system
Please
that
stop
created
talking
the,
like us,
North
too. That's
American.
annoying.
Yeah, let's do exactly that. Talk about the Latin American racial caste system that created the North American one for the English, because that's who they stole all their history from. That's exactly every story that you hear about the English in America is a rewritten Spanish story, and I can promise you this, right? Because the English purchased America. If you go read the story of John Smith in the 300, 9,700 out of 10,000 were unalived by 1624. Make it make sense. But anyway, this is the Latin American racial caste system. In this category, you have your Spaniards, your Moriscos, your Castizos, your Indios, and every other category that goes under Indian. And your mulattoes, who are supposed to be above the Indians, right? But I noticed that there's a word called India, right along with Indios. And the thing about being Indios or Indias is you're either obscuro or you're claro, which means you're either dark or light. Now, being a dark or a light Indian, that's interesting because if we go to Mexico today, the only dark-skinned people down there are the actual indigenous people who y'all call Negro. All right. So let's look at this section. Let's look at section 10. Do you see that Indios, that India, that lady right there? Can you see her? Number 7. I'm pretty sure you can see the number. Now, with her dark skin complexion as being Indios or India, and the Chino next to her being a curly haired, dark skinned Negro or Indian descended person with so-called African blood, right? Because I didn't know Africans and Indians could mix and make curly haired people because Africans are purely woolly, right? That's what we are taught. And I keep looking at this, and as y'all keep asking us questions about our ancestry, I noticed that this India doesn't look like your modern day Mexican or Native American. So something in the story.
Where's that photo from?
There's no buts. There's no buts in this at this point, right? Because see, there's a gap in y'all story and history that you can't put these Asian looking people in the actual racial categories of what Indians were going through during colonization. All right, you can't show me their indigenous erasure, right? But you can show me how they were put in schools to be taught their culture. I bet you can teach. I bet you can show me that. You can't show me
photo from colonialism, because a lot of Africans did migrate to Central and South America, bro, to get away from slavery.
Bro, listen, that ain't got nothing to do
like the live,
with what we talking about right now. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. What I'm asking you, you came up here and told us we couldn't trace our lineage back from 1819, right? Well, my folks were owning land in Georgia in 1760 and had 90 of his relatives as his worker in his own company. In Waynesboro, Burke County, Georgia, District 66, his name is Ezekiel Williams. You should look him up. He has a pardon and an amnesty record for being a Confederate.
Trade did start in 1650, bro. So he could have been there earlier.
What's up, Copper? Cutie?
1809 is when it became illegal to do slave trade. That's why it's more documented at 1809.
Can you tell me about that?
What happened here in America?
Oh, it's back.
Hey, Darby, you want to pull up the Genghis Khan website for him, because apparently he don't know about the first Afro-Indian. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard you can't even say that. If you got it on you, I ain't got nothing on me right now.
He can't even tell you the language the Anglo-Saxons were speaking when they first came here. But let them tell it, they brought English to us.
It's not the English who invaded America. It was the British, okay? Because you have the Scots too.
And tell us about our history. It was multiple nations that invaded this land.
Literally, it was multiple people.
Oh, history more better than
So what this is, right?
Before the English.
What this is, right? So I'm finna show y'all something. Because apparently y'all don't do research, right? Because I come from Gangaskin Indians. My ancestors are from Northampton. Literally, I come from the Fullers. I come from the Owens. I come from the Annis family. Like, this is not no joke. Like, people, and I come from Hamptons as well. My folks was giving people their freedom papers as people was coming on their land to be free because they was running from colonizing. I have Cherokee ancestors that took treaties because they kept getting encroached on, not because they were losing the wars, but because their own people were steady selling the land under their own necks, right? So as we go through history, I want you to see this. It says 1619 line how Afro-Indians became slaves. You ever heard of an Afro-Indian before? You want to read this history real quick? This is from the Accomack Indians. This is their government website. But you can't say this is fraud because they'd be in jail for this website by now. Do you want to go over this? Cool. Wow. Now, the first Africans came to America apparently 1619, because this is the United States story of the Africans, right? You want to tell me about this war? Now, this is an actual newspaper article from way back then about them doing this to real Indians in America.
It's the white man, you know everything.
And I want you to see what color the people are in this painting. These are their babies and their women. Axe in hand, right? So you want to explain us the 1705 law, which I always speak about, and how in the actual law books today, they don't talk about none of the people that signed these laws into actually being what they are. Because the Indians had to acknowledge the law for the law to exist. So they don't put this part in the records in Virginia, right? They keep this part out. The Indians have to pull this part out because they're the only ones with the records. Now tell me why in the Virginia laws and in their books, because this is out of Virginia Book of Law, why does none of this history of the Indians lie in the law? But we can find every treaty that say it. This should be on global website with every state law about the Indians. And if you notice, the state laws don't have none of the stuff from the Indians in it. Why is it not there? Answer that question. Because if these are the Negroes, Massacre of the Christian Indians, you should go read that history too, right? If these are the Negroes, and then we got other history, of course, the big 1619 lie, the Accomack's point of view comfort 1619 and African slaves. You see this right here? This is an actual painting by guess who? Samuel Fullwood. Go look up Samuel Fullwood and a lot of his paintings and artistry.
You can say all this, but there's no archaeological remains that shows Africans here in the BC. So I don't know which to believe.
Oh,
Black,
really?
that doesn't mean you African.
Okay.
You don't have to be African to be black, bro. Get the African stuff out your mind.
The remains will show that though, so you guys can tiptoe around it.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't. We was here.
Hey, look, check this out.
Thousands of years before everyone.
Listen. Hey, tell me this then, right? Have you ever studied sickle cell before? Since you study Africans so much in their culture, I'm pretty sure you study sickle cell since it's the biggest disease Africans have, right?
Yeah, I got a black friend that has it.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you do. So
that's going to
with
save
sickle cell being
Africa
said,
in the coming pandemic. You don't know?
Yeah,
That's why Africa will survive
With that
the
being
coming
said, right?
pandemic.
With that being said, sickle cell fights malaria. If you have sickle cell, it's very impossible for you to catch malaria, right? Now, what I've noticed is that malaria is very high in Africa and they get it at a profuse rate. Over here in America, malaria is very high, especially with how mosquitoes live in the swamplands and in the marshes around the coastal plains, right? Somehow or some way, the Mayans The ancient population of America had sickle cell anemia, and it's well documented, right? Now, can you show me their descendants who they spreaded that sickle cell anemia to? Please pull them up. Please pull them up. The oldest case of thalassemia in the world comes from Wendover, Florida, 8,000 years old. Can you show me the Native Americans that's carrying that genetic trait that does not skip generations no matter how much you mix?
They're from there because the facial structures and the bones and the arms.
What they say? What they say? They say skeleton evidence sickle cell anemia in where? What they say? Ancient Mayan individual indicated that the presence of the disease in pre-Columbian Mesoamerica. Pre-Columbian. Pre-Columbian. The first place this shit was ever discovered was in America, not in Africa. So I'm confused on how Africa always gets all of America's first this, first that, but then when you go read the history, nobody in Africa had a science for sickle cell. All them people come over here or get American medicine and come over there to help them. You want to make it make sense?
Hey, what are you talking about? Let me tell you something about malaria.
Boy, shut up.
This is not your talk. You had your
My
time.
mother can before it happens in Africa. You don't know? 3 days before.
Anyway, there's a reason why there's a reason why the descendants, which is us, trait. I had the sickle trait, and we don't get malaria.
Do you know why you get that? Because you are Africans. That's proof you are African.
He just said that Africans get it all the time in Africa.
That you have sickle cell. I was
You
expecting
don't
you're gonna
listen.
say you don't have
You
it.
don't listen.
If you're telling me that's
You don't listen. He just said in Africa, y'all get sick like nobody's business. So if I'm saying I don't get sick and I got the treat, obviously I'm not
that's proof you are
Yeah,
African.
mine's also has sickle cell.
Why you get sickle cell?
I'm not
let me
listening to you. Don't talk to me.
talking to you. I'm talking to
No,
people
you're
so
not
they
talking to
understand
me.
why this.
It's not your turn. We still on. He's on his
I've
turn.
been waiting. You never let me speak, and I want to speak now.
I don't care.
No, because you don't
We're still
deserve
talking
to
to
speak,
Adrian.
really.
We still
You've just
talking
brought
to
out the
Adrian.
ultimate proof.
You can't find a bone in Asia where they say thalassemia originated at that's older than these bones in Florida. This disease
No,
is
let's
supposed
go
to
back.
be
Let's go
African
back to
made,
the
right?
sickle cell.
This disease is supposed to be African made, but the oldest bones in the world to have it is in Florida. The
Why are
most
you so
ancient people in the world
scared of
people in the world
Africans?
who have it are Americans. The most oldest
So
people in
scared
the
of
world found with it
Africans.
are Americans. But you want to know what I can tell you we found in Egypt? Watch this.
La la la.
I'm mute again.
Watch
I'm gonna
this.
drop
Something
you.
that don't grow in Africa.
Me if you don't let me.
Hold on, all right, cool, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, whatever, it's whatever. Yeah. Give me the stuff up here. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what we can find.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what we can find in Africa, right? This don't grow in America. One thing I done noticed is that you Africans love to talk about Americans being something, right? But in your stomachs and in your lungs, every time we turn around, guess what they find? Well, hey, what this mummy name right here? Hanot Tua, right? Guess what they found in this mummy?
Hold on,
You see that word?
Good.
Oh my goodness.
Osiris,
What
can
is
I
that?
respond, please?
The sugar.
What? Booger sugar.
Osiris,
Ooh.
because you have understanding. Can I respond, please?
Ooh. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Because
Hold
no,
on, one
sir. No,
second,
sir.
Active.
You want to talk. You want to talk about something, right? I'm gonna go to take that down because I don't want to get Cuz live banned, right? So this is what we gonna do for you Africans, bro, because y'all love to talk about a history that ain't got nothing to actually do with you. You keep placing yourself and write yourself in our path just like
Now
the
you can talk
Europeans did.
Africa. He
And I had to
gone.
learn that. I had to learn that from a Kenyan man who writes y'all history at UNESCO's named Bathwell Ogden. He passed a few years back, right? But I noticed as he was writing y'all history, he clearly bladed it out in UNESCO's volume 2 that Africa history had to be written and prove that it could be written because all of y'all history came from Europeans and they wrote y'all in the path of history and erased a lot of other people to do so. This is from an African who's a historian of Africa and worked at UNESCO's.
You've got to give me
I
time
don't
to
want to hear no
respond too.
bro. We don't
Let
want to
me
hear no
respond.
excuses about no white man who's in line with
YT.
no YT man. My
Go
bad,
ahead.
cuz with no YT man. But what y'all not finna do is sit here and
Uh-oh.
Wait after he's done
Hey, dog.
talking, then you respond. Right
For
now,
sure.
something
Yeah.
funky going on with.
CR, you got some?
Show them the most recent findings. This came out a couple days ago when I had broke this one, and y'all can search this up. The link is right there up top. This just came out that they found fossils that date back 8 million years that evolved from Europe and not Africa. So it's steadily being proven that life didn't start in Africa. We keep telling y'all this, but y'all insist upon yourselves with this indoctrination that the YT man has given y'all, telling y'all that life started there. But every time they dig out this planet, they finding that it's stuff that precedes
Well, you
you.
just brought a
So
white
no.
supremacy propaganda.
You want to see some
Elon
facts.
Musk
It's
propaganda.
right here. This just came out like 3 days ago.
By
This
who?
is
Stephen
recent
Miller?
findings. No, African. This is recent findings. Like this year, this month, a couple days ago findings.
It's
You're not going to
hybrid
sit here.
warfare.
It's cited right there. It's in the image.
Hybrid warfare.
Get your screenshot. It's right there.
Called hybrid warfare. That's what
You need to look into this information while you're trying to sit here and preach indoctrination when archaeologists is finding proof that life didn't start in Mother Africa. Life did not start over there, homie.
It was a theory.
It's showing that this is proof right here. They
let
keep
me
finding.
respond.
Huh? See, I
Let him
don't even know
respond.
I'm
Let him
trying to pay
respond,
you
y'all.
any
But you can't
attention.
Yeah,
even
just let
let
him
me. You
respond,
have
y'all.
to.
Yeah,
All right, let him
listen.
respond, y'all. Uninterrupted.
Right. I want to go back to sickle cell. You need to understand why you have sickle cell in America. America. I didn't know it's prevalent in your community, but it's proof you are Africans. There are pathogens in Africa, malaria, you name it. And for that reason, we have to develop that so we can fight these pathogens off. But that's how we became carriers of this sickle cell. And you took it to America. If you didn't come from Africa, which is more pathogen rich than any society in this world, you would not carry that, man. That is proof you are from Africa. This is news to me.
So
You
why
in
can't
America,
y'all?
in America, you have only few diseases, so there is no need for you to develop sickle cell to defend yourself. By the way, sickle cell, the reason we have sickle cell is going to save Africa.
Hold
because
on.
a big
If we've only been here 500 years, we would still have that trait to provide to protect us from African diseases. That doesn't go away in only 500 years.
Let me finish.
And
A
why
big
is
pandemic,
why is it a sickle cell
a
protecting
big
y'all
pandemic will come,
from
That
and
can't
this
go away in
sickle
only
cell,
500 years.
and
That
the
can't go
reason
away
we
in only
have sickle
500
cell
years.
is going to make Africa survive.
Okay, African herdsman, your DNA cannot change that much in only 500 years.
Yeah, you think you know so much, but
Do you know Africans carry a ghost
hold
DNA?
on real quick thing.
Not the
If you
oldest.
actually listen and not think that you know everything, because the smartest person know that
Let
they
me.
don't know
I'm not even
everything.
spoken.
Oh
You
my
you
God.
interrupting me. You
The smartest person
Why don't
knows
you
that they
listen
don't
to me?
know everything. Just sit here and listen to what we saying. Not unless you just hear
you
the
let
troll. If you just hear the troll, just let me know. And I won't say nothing else to you, and
let
I
me
will let you
speak. You
troll this person know. If you actually trying to understand us,
troll here.
listening actually helps.
With the last dude for like 20 minutes. You didn't have a back and forth conversation with him. Stop pretending you weren't able to speak. You demon.
This is exposing your why.
Man, shut up, yo.
Take our words.
Like, if you cannot
you can't even take. You can't take African words.
Dude, you're a narcissist. You were able to speak. You were able to speak for 20 minutes. Y'all heard me. I was on mute. I was on mute for like 30 minutes. I was eating my food.
Scream for us.
You spoke the entire time. You went back and forth with a whole different dude the entire time.
You say you will eat us?
Scream. We'll eat you. Well, if you are emotionally weak like that,
it's cannibalism.
If you are
show.
emotionally weak and soft like
he wants
her,
an ankle sandwich right now. That's what it is. His ribs touching his back. So now he wants to consume.
No one
flesh.
survives with the emotions he's having. Not today. We
that on her. That was me muting you. If you got any animosity having towards the men on this panel, not the women.
Emotions, you are not
Stop addressing the women. It was the men that was muting, not the women up here.
So hurt. We got to get back to the conversation with Adrian.
Yeah, my phone died. Sorry about that.
So I'm sorry for your hurt feelings. Oh, dang. JB dropped. Who wants to school Adrian next?
Theory about the sickle cell is actually wrong. I can't explain
It's
more.
not, but we're not talking about sickle cell. I don't know why people want to keep
It's a
telling
genetic
us about
mutation that
okay,
evolved
we're not
from the
talking
lack of
about
malaria.
sickle cell. Who want to get at Adrian right now? Any of the men want to teach him?
Want to talk about the evidence of slave ship? You guys don't think y'all?
Anybody want to talk about the slave ship?
Weren't you here
Jay?
yesterday?
What slave ship you want to talk about? Which one? The one in 1619 where they had on like 30 slaves?
The most recent one was in 2018. It's Clotilda in Alabama. There's physical remains
That
of it.
was actually a fraud. The one they found in 2018 wasn't the Clotilda. And then they went 2019. They said they can't even get it out the water. And then they say they fully don't know if it's the Clotilda. So,
but there's also
you're bringing up the ship that actually shows that can't get out the water. And most of the slave stuff in museums are. What is your point about a slave ship? There are no slave ships.
But the people in Africa town, that's their history. They
You know
actually
about
like,
the
they
slave
take
ship
pride
called
in
Jesus?
that.
Yeah, I know
You
about
never heard of a
Victims of the indoctrination as well. Africans, stay on your mic. Those people are victims of the indoctrination that this government is very guilty of, and we're in the middle of correcting right now. Because when we get to diving
Listen,
into
all black
the,
town,
hold
they
on,
bought
I'm
the land
answering your
themselves
question.
there.
Because
No
it's
white guy
people,
bought it.
hold on, I'm trying to answer your question. Because it's people who actually descend from some of those folks that was involved in that documentary, and as they done further research, they come to find out that the people that they was trying to say was Africans on that documentary were not, but in fact, indigenous people from America. So we already know with genealogy, and just us doing that alone debunks all of these myth, propagandas, and lies that's been pushed via the Rockefellers who founded this education system. I'm sure you didn't know that, but now you do. I hope your brain just got a little larger. But when we're dealing with all of these people who came over here and created this system that you have become a victim to, along with African and everybody else who wants to come over here in this conversation and try and tell us, the indigenous people who are the main victims of this story, who we are, where we come from, and how to move things and everything else in between, when you yourself is the indoctrinated drone. You are up here participating as an unknowing bot in this situation that we've been dealing with individuals like African and other people like that. The one little Mexican American dude up here who was trying to claim that he's indigenous when in fact he's of Asian and conquistador descent. And they will admit that to you. I'm here in Oklahoma where they do. I have this conversation with the Native Americans, and they will tell you where they're from, what they are, and who they are from. The people on here will tell you a totally different story. But when you're having this conversation face to face, it's totally different. People have no choice but to be honest or continue to lie like African. You know what I'm saying? We do have those amongst us. But when we're having this genuine conversation and actually pulling from facts and quotes, people have no point but to stand on the truth of who they are.
because it's going to come out. What don't come out in the wash, come out in the rinse. Black American proverbs. If you know, you know. But you, on the other hand, you're new to this information. I'm pretty sure your folks got here in the early 1920s or maybe the late 1860s, 1870s when they was letting y'all come over here again. So we understand who we're dealing with in this conversation when we're dealing with a whole bunch of people who don't know this history, who claim to be YT. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself, when you know you're in fact Irish, Italian, Germanic, what have you, but you're over here claiming to be American when that only applies to one people. And shout out to Trump, who just had to let all of y'all get that reality check that it only applies to one group of people. So I'm glad it does.
You will thank him for.
They're not the real Europeans.
Let's
either.
wait 3 months when he sends your national guard to your communities. We'll see.
Fun fact: the National Guard was already deployed to my city of New Orleans right after
praising a white
Katrina.
god.
Nah,
Here
literally,
you are
let's
praising
get.
a white god, and next
Hold on,
minute you are telling
children.
Africans you
Don't
love
forget,
YT.
I can take your mic. It's story time. Since you want to talk about the National Guard and everybody wants to be up in arms about them going into these certain towns that they were in, we had this same disposition when they deployed them in New Orleans. People tend to forget that. So when this conversation comes about how we feel about the National Guard being deployed on us, we was against that because we remember what happened in Tulsa. We know how our interactions with any type of sign of force, whether it's the police, the military, the National Guard, what have you, and how that overall falls out with our people. So yes, we had a problem with it being deployed 20 plus years ago. So you sitting there trying to make it seem like we cool with it. No, we're not. We always have a problem with the authority figures that want to come and tell us what to do and how to move on our land, including you. But let me tend to my child.
So I'm gonna say this one thing before anybody come over to America, especially foreigners, and especially white men, y'all need to do a deep dig on our culture. I mean, research, just so y'all don't look stupid. Y'all want us to be able to share stuff about us, but you coming at us a certain way, and then y'all gotta do research and not think that y'all know it all, because y'all don't. And we are very, very educated beings that grew up in this culture. So-called black people, we are very educated and we're very smart, despite of what people might think of us. So y'all need to chill out with that trying to stop trying to push your dominance on us because you think that you're smarter. No, love, you're not. Come with us with respect and we'll give you respect. Come with us. I'm not done. I am not emotional.
You sound fragile and paranoid.
I promise you, I'm in a great mood. I'm in a good mood. Let me land. Why don't y'all want to look?
Yeah, let Gerbil finish. I'm not about to.
All
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
saying is respect people and you will receive the respect. When you talking over somebody, you're not going to get the respect. And that's on period. And y'all men, when you hear us ladies talking, let us talk. It's in our culture. Respect the woman. Like, for real. Y'all tripping. One at a time. That's all I got to say.
Africans, people don't have to love you. People don't have to respect you. When you look in the mirror.
Yes, you do when you're in an American panel. Yes, you do.
Did I say you have to love me? Okay, you a whole clown. You obviously did not hear nothing I said.
Beg for love.
Has either of them done their genealogy? Have y'all looked into your own files while you're trying to tell us ours is my question, because they tend to know a lot about us and not know about themselves, especially the African guy here. Like, do you have a birth certificate or a birth? What's your birthday? Is it January 1st?
I was just about to say that.
you are you even African? You don't sound African.
No, I'm not African at all. I'm straight up American, bro. So that's all I'm trying to say. We are not connected to
Are you
y'all. Y'all trying to tether
black
to us.
American? No, I'm
black.
saying, are you black American?
I'm black, bro. My people are from South Carolina, Beaufort, Geechee.
Right. What was
Lucci.
your question?
You got me
What was
twisted.
your
I know my history. My people go back to 1700s. Have you done your genealogy? Do you know your grandparents?
Have you done DNA test?
I've done my genealogy, bro.
Have you done DNA ancestry?
I have a whole tree. Have you?
I've taken a DNA test and mine said indigenous on it. So what now?
In me, let me have a conversation.
I took a DNA test and it said indigenous.
Once I hit you with one mute, you can't take you mute me.
So what now?
I've done my genealogy, so I don't need a DNA test.
DNA is the best evidence in any American court, not genealogy.
1700s. My great grandfather's name was Neptune Nelson, bro. I know my people. Do you know yours?
DNA is best evidence in any American court. Have you done your DNA ancestry?
Have you looked into genealogy as far as have you looked into the DNA test?
Nobody use genealogy in court in American court.
Have you done
nobody use
DNA tests are not real, and even if they were, I took the DNA test and it still said indigenous on there. So what now? What's next? DNA test said I was indigenous. Says I was indigenous to the USA and Mexico. That's what it said on there. So. What else? What else? And it also said I was European too. So what else?
Don't tell me about genealogy when you don't even accept DNA, okay? And if you say DNA is...
Did you just hear what I said? I just said my DNA test said I was indigenous. Niga. Can you hear? Are you listening? What's going on here?
Can you get the bushmeat out your ear? Oh, go ahead, Censor. All right, what's up?
No, you're good. No, it's crazy because literally you could go on my page and see where I'm documenting my genealogy from the beginning to the end. It's a whole process. So any question you got, result to my page, bro. But I asked you, do you know your parents? Do you know your grandparents? Have you done any DNA tests on yourself? Because how you going about it, you would let these people tell you that you came from a monkey and you would just agree with it. I suggest you look into books before the 1800s, before they started changing everything, and grab your own knowledge and take control of that because you sound stupid and all of us that have the knowledge can tell. I'm done.
You sure? All right, who's next? All right, good.
You know, maybe if you let me speak, I might actually answer. Okay.
Well, you got the floor.
Yeah, and then you distract me.
Dude, you got the floor. Nobody's talking.
Just move it to someone else. I'll come back. Yeah, really, man. Come on. You guys are...
folks give you the time now. You don't want the time. Y'all, you're so full of it.
Yeah, like I was saying, it be the white tea man that Africans love so much. And y'all be trying to team tag us on this platform telling us who we are. And that's not happening no more. It's not happening. And it would do yourself great to just humble yourself a little bit and say that you're wrong and that you don't know everything. It's okay to not know everything. It's really okay. That's why you have others to teach you. But I'm not liking the fact that you dissing us and telling us that we are African when all of us told you who we are. You're dissing our ancestors, but when we get nasty with you, then y'all want to play victim. Like, grow up. Y'all not.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put it to you like this: Natchez, Chittimacha, Muskogee Creek, Blackfoot, Atacappas, to name a few of the tribes that I hail from. This is all in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. I may have Geechee ties, and I got roots going up to Virginia too. to the indigenous people from up there. So when we get to talking about the who's who in this conversation and how deeply rooted this conversation is and how zero it has to do with you, African, and you up here talking about African fire, man, you couldn't burn a biscuit with that heat, boy. You ain't spitting nothing. All that lukewarm, ran down, stepped on, re-pushed to our people, man, ain't nothing you saying we ain't heard before and ain't debunked. I don't know how old you are, but clearly you probably ain't.
Bro, we not African, bro. We don't eat mosquito burgers. We don't wear dashikis. We don't talk like y'all. We don't share nothing. Nothing. We don't share nothing with y'all, bro. So stop with the narrative. You just seen evidence that Africa is not the motherland. In reality, it's the youngest land. That's why y'all 70% young people. Y'all the youngest land on the planet. Stop playing with us, bro. Stop playing. We know who we are. Learn who you are. And talking about DNA. Do not answer. We don't do that, bro. We know our family. We know our people. We don't need for a European to tell us who we are.
You don't
that's
do
on
DNA, yet
facts.
it's taking your whole communities to jail. Why don't you go and protest your American government? Why is
Shut up.
Tell us about your
shut
community. I want to know about Africa.
MDNA
What's
is
going
sending your people to jail? You
I'm having problems. I mean, like,
Tell
I'm
us
living
about
good over here in
Africa.
America.
Tell us about Africa. Why are your children still starving? Why do y'all enslave one
never
another?
starved in
Why do y'all
Africa. Only
slave
time I
each
starved
other?
was in
Excuse me,
Europe.
I'm not done with my statement. Why do y'all enslave each other? Huh? Tell us some history about Africa. Tell us some of your
I never starved
traditions.
in Africa. I only starved.
I'm not done. Tell us what your cultures are. You so worried about us over here. Tell us what y'all do. What do y'all grandmas do? How do y'all heal y'all people? Because voodoo, and that's not it. What is y'all spiritual system? Huh? I want to hear about Africa. Tell me about Africa.
Did you know what I just said? I used my own language. I just used my own language. Now I
That's
dare
not
you.
answer my
I dare you.
question.
I dare you
That's
to
not
speak a
answer my
word.
question.
Why don't you say a word that's
I
not
speak my
English?
own language.
Go on then. Just one word.
I could speak my. You said just one word. Saleh. That's
Who
one of
is
my.
right?
One of
Okay,
it.
name one of your Indian kings. I have Mansa Musa. Name one.
What?
You not Mansa Musa ain't your, you not from there. Mansa Musa was not Mandinka. Stop
Excuse
it.
me.
Stop it.
He's a Mandinka like me from Mali.
No,
I'm
he's
from
not.
Mali Empire.
No, he's not. Mansa Musa was not Mandinka. He's
From
not.
Mali Empire.
No, he's not. Mansa Musa was not Mandinka.
So you listen. I am the historian. We speak the same language.
We speak the same language, nigga.
If I have a child, dude, if I have a child and her father
Originate from
speaks
Mali.
a different, if her father speaks a different language and she ends up speaking English, is she not part of her father because she can't speak his language? That's how goofy y'all be sounding up here. What about your language? It's not the question.
You don't
I
have a
asked you.
language.
I
A
said,
language
no,
is
I'm not done. I'm not done.
It's the most important for a.
It's not because that example I just
You don't
said,
have a language. You don't have a
oh my
culture.
God, shush. The example I just said that wouldn't make sense. So I'm gonna ask you again. What do your grandmas do to heal y'all? What are y'all dances? How do y'all dance? What is your culture and how y'all respect women? Obviously, y'all don't. Tell us about Africa. Why do y'all allow the kids to starve? Why y'all going to war with one another?
To London
and try to
Museum.
preach to us that we all melanated people. Tell me that. Like, that's what the stuff I want to hear right now.
Africa, we're not like you where you can't find things. We are everywhere. We are in Google, we are on YouTube, we are on London Museum, we are in museums in America, we are in the Bible, we are in the Quran, we are everywhere. We don't have to come here and provide proof. You have to do
You're
research.
not answering my question.
But I can't find you guys anywhere.
You're not answering my question.
I went to Amazon. I went to Amazon in the jungles and I find India.
What?
You're not
Bro
answering
is
my
just yapping.
question.
I know black tribes there,
You're
only
not
Indian tribes.
What? Bro is
Hello?
just yapping. What is going on?
You're not answering my question. Are you having a hard time with comprehension?
You are obviously
You're
a
not answering
psychological
my
bully.
question.
You are a
You're
black
not answering
colonizer.
my question.
Peace, everyone.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
cutie pie, how you doing?
Colonizers, you don't even know it.
It's a new person on the stage.
You
Hush.
What's up, cutie pie?
Hey, cutie
to
pie.
dictate how someone should answer.
Listening to him say we're not in the Bible, but the Bible don't speak of Africa at all.
So Egypt is not in Africa. Abyssinia is not in Africa.
The Bible doesn't even speak of your people at all, sir.
Why,
You right now, you talking to the descendant of the person that wrote the King James Version. So again,
Kush
sir,
is not in
Please
Africa.
it's not. It don't
And
speak.
let
Kush
her
is not in
speak.
Africa.
It's not. No, it's not.
African, don't cut her off. Let her speak. That's rude.
She
Where
came
y'all?
into
Where
my.
y'all 7 rivers that flow into the main with the Nile? Where your 7 rivers, sir? That's Isaiah. Come on. Where your 7 rivers?
What 7 rivers? I'm telling you.
So you don't.
Egypt is in
I thought
Africa.
you knew. You were just speaking of the Bible.
You talking about 7 rivers?
So let me
I'm telling
pull it
you
up for you.
proper geography. I'm not talking about some mystical river.
You want me? No,
some
this ain't no
superstition.
mystical. This ain't no mystical, sir.
Okay.
That's a mystical. You getting upset?
What did I tell you about the Bible earlier? That it will
You
take
can't
God
tell me
himself
about it
to
either.
explain it because the white team
You
man has
can't tell me
corrupted
about
it
it
so
because it's
much for
talking
you.
about Bible. Just mean it's only talking about the law,
During slavery,
land, air,
they
and
gave
water.
you the Bible and they didn't
Land,
let you
air, and
read
water,
anything.
sir.
Why? Think about that for a moment. Why would they give you a
What
Bible
does what does
but
the
don't
Nile
allow
mean?
you to read anything else?
What does the
Because
Nile
they
mean?
tampered with the Bible. That's why you're coming with these 7
What does
rivers.
the
It was
what does
created
the
for
what
you
does the
to
Nile
believe
mean?
these things.
What does the Nile mean, sir?
Oh, Nika, please.
Right now you're saying you're not from
Nika.
Africa. That's why now you're saying you're not from Africa because you have been psychologically terrorized in America for 500 years.
DYT.
They didn't stop from turning
I know
Kunta
why
Kinte
y'all.
into Kobe. They went
I know
on
why
and
y'all hurt now. It's
they
because
went on and have
it doesn't speak of y'all.
institutionalized
It doesn't
systems
speak
for
of
Kobe.
y'all. It does not
Right?
speak
So
of y'all. And it tells you in the Bible, he did not
children are you
dwell in
now?
unclean houses.
African, let
No
her
surprise.
speak.
How can
Everything
Kobe's
about that
children?
land is unclean.
Africa, it's sad that you believe Roots was a real movie. It's sad that you believe Roots was a real movie, bro. That movie was.
He said Ruth was a real
Who
movie.
told you that movie was fake?
Yeah.
It is fake. He was sued, sir.
Hey,
You didn't
listen
pull
to
that up
me. I
either?
went.
That
I
And
went
it was
to
written
Jufure.
by a Caucasian.
And
You
the
can
name
go.
he used and the name he used for Kunta Kinte is an indigenous American name as well.
Yes, that means whistling beaver in Choctaw.
Kunta Kinte's
Oh
sisters
my God!
Kunta is an American.
all the way down.
Kunta Kinte is
I
an
went to
American
their
name.
village and met his family. If you go to, if you even listen, their village,
He said they met
Yep, he went and met the Kente Crofts. He went to Dutch. He went over there to
I
Dutch.
went to their village and met their family still lives there and they remember. And that's what I tried to tell you guys. I'm not
Oh
doubting
my
that some of you are
God!
natives.
What in
Who
the
are
world?
Listen
the
here. I'm
Kintes?
not
Who are the
doubting
Kintes? When
that.
what
I'm not
tribe the
doubting that you
Kintes
are
from?
Americans. You could be
Hey,
natives.
so hey,
But you
Africa,
have to remember
let
we
you
have
read.
people like
Hold
Binta
on,
Kinte who
hold on.
remember.
Y'all, one
Hey,
mic,
Africa.
one mic.
So
We are not
So,
saying you are not natives of America, but you two need to remember we have people like Binta Kinte who remember their family being kidnapped.
I heard you. Let me ask you this.
Did they speak? What language?
Mandinka.
Kinte
She was a
people speak?
Mandinka. Obviously,
Can you
Kinte
tell
is
me
a
what
Mandinka.
language that Kunti Kinte people speak?
Kinte is a Mandinka. If you hear Kinte, Kuyate, or anything that
Can I
ends
look
with
up
K
your
is
Can I look
Mandinka.
up your alphabet, sir, so I can see that it says the same? Because that means Bieber.
Anything that ends
Somebody
with
got
K
it off
is
the mic.
Mandinka.
Excuse me, sir, down there. I'm talking, sir. And you, Jarvis, somebody. Okay.
All right, let's see.
So,
Go ahead.
what I'm asking you, sir, you said Kuti Kinte. Now, Kuti Kinte in Choctaw means whistling beaver, right? What you said it's Mandinka. Can you give me the alphabet so I can see that it means the same in Mandinka language, sir? Can I get Mandinka's alphabet, sir?
What do you mean Mandinka's alphabet? You got
I mean,
talking
in
about
order for
YT
you
culture.
to, I need
Why
to
you
see if
bringing
the
YT
definition
culture
is
into
the
this?
same, sir.
You are
Why you
talking.
getting-
Why you bringing English language into this?
I thought I was following Cutie already. Let me
If
follow
you are a native people,
Kinte is an English word, dumb.
you
Stay
claim
on
to be
subject.
native people, yet you are the only
I
native
want
people on
you
this
to give me
world who
Mandinka's
always
alphabet.
refer to YT culture.
Why
That's why you
are
keep
you
bringing
mad?
YT
Culture this
scholars.
whole time. What are you talking about?
That's
Hey,
why
y'all.
you keep
Hey, y'all.
bringing every
Man,
time
you
you guys
pea
bring your
brain.
Hey,
Come
One
off
at a
this
time,
stage.
y'all.
some
Y'all know
YT
Jarvis
man
don't
who
like
wrote
a lot of
something.
people talking.
Hey, y'all.
And I'm just, he's the only one that's upset. And I'm just asking him for the Mandinka alphabet. That's all where I can go look it up. Give us the Mandinka's alphabet. So
Now,
we'll know
Hey,
that if
I
that's the
just
same thing, then maybe it's not Choctaw.
that's
I
like
just
asking
wanted
for
to
your
Mandinka.
hold
native
on,
Indian
African.
alphabet. Can you give me?
African, hold up. I just want to introduce the last two guests that just got up here.
I'm not. They keep close and hurry and wrap this up because I'm
I
not
want to
in
hear
this.
the native Indian alphabet.
Hold, African. Hold
Come
up.
on, your
What you
mic. We
say?
about to
What
go
did
to the
you
new
say?
speakers. We ain't even
Wait,
about
y'all
to
don't.
entertain him
Y'all don't even
anymore.
have enough. What? Y'all all right? Y'all use Latin script for y'all languages. Hello.
About alphabets.
Let's talk
Let's
about Latin
not. We
script that
got
your
we
people
got
use.
new people
you
up
have.
But
here.
yeah, I'm about to end this honestly because yeah, I'm about to end this.
Okay.
I'm not trying to stay past on that, but I'm about to wrap this up. It's good having y'all.
Alphabet
Okay.
is like eating with knife and
All
fork.
right, y'all.
Y'all have
All
a
right.
master for the rest of the evening, dude. Go learn your alphabet.
Sin la cámara invertida.
Si yo me hubiese enamorado de ti sería por tus papeles nomás.
La cagué. La cagué machón.
Dios, Jenny, pero si tenemos tu
Machín
ID,
machón.
ahí no hay cámara invertida ni filtro.
A ver, muestra la cámara normal para juzgarte.
Yo antes invertía las fotos.
Sin la cámara invertida sí, de hecho te dije con Smiley que eso se puede arreglar. Jenny Milo.
¿Qué onda, me alejo? No, sin la cámara invertida no me has visto.
Que sí.
Pinche Yasmin, güey.
Esa 47 sí pega.
Ven. Ven, Yasmin. Ven.
Muestra sin invertir la cámara a ver.
Ven, mija. Ven.
A ver, tómate una foto.
Dile que tienes dulces.
No me entero, güey. Pinche Pinche XPR, weón. Voy a regresar. Voy a regresar, güey. Ese ataque me atoró allí. No tenía cómo escaparme, güey. Un stream sin maquillaje. Yo no uso maquillaje, amigos.
XPR, tu patrona XDXD.
Yo no uso maquillaje. Lo único que sí, pues me pinta las cejas y los ojitos. Pero no. Pinche Yasmin, güey. Por aferrada, pero yo no me aferré a él. Yo me quería ir.
Hola, mi amor, ¿cómo están las partidas?
Ronmel, sí soy manca, güey. Yo nunca dije que era buena, bro.
¿Ves? Eres bonita hasta sin maquillaje.
No, stream sin cejas. Pues últimamente que he empezado stream, he empezado sin cejas. Bien.
Porque las habilidades que hacen daño a pesar de eso te ralentizan de os.
Sí, es una cagada. El ataque se me lentizó y yo quería tirar humo, pero dije fuck. O sea, ya el mantén me tenía en la mira sí o sí. Ya, búsquenme partida aquí en el Gulag, que ya mi loot se me va. Me caga que demore.
¿Los resultados pa' cuando, Jenny?
Jamás. Gracias por si quiéreme. Thank you por sus quiéremes también. Al chile yo sí me casaría contigo. Tenías el helicóptero de apoyo. Sí, pero ahí en esa situación ya me dejó tocada. Me dejó súper toqueteada. Luego me tiró el ataque que me lentizó. Me hizo lenta. Ya, entonces yo escapar ahí se me hizo un poco más complicado. No, mi loot.
La Jenny, interno por salud, no por estética.
Bro. Sí, te llevas mi Frostband. Muy buena de tu parte, amigo mío. Creo que la que viene ahí es Jasmine. O no sé quién sea. Y se mantiene la eco,
Compra Gulag e inyección.
Sí, lo que quiero hacer.
Suena como mi clo eso.
Suena como mi culo eso. ¡Arabito! Oye, aunque no le quedaste extraño, la verdad.
Pasaba a saludar TQM.
También te quiero mucho.
Hola, soy nuevo. ¿Me regalas la mítica?
¿Arabito te la regala? Hola, pájaro. Pero igual, TQM. Te quiero mucho, 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 mucho. Una vaina loca. Oigan, recuérdenme después de esta partida ir por la ropa.
Llegó Arabito, cuéntanos cómo fue el debut con la prima. Jarabe ahora está ocupado.
Está seco, güey. Oigan, no, acuérdenme de lo de la ropa, amigos.
Ahora somos tu Alexa.
Ni el desierto del Sahara está tan seco.
Al chile. Buenas, Lich. Oh, shit. Então. No, no. Güey, les apuesto que es esa Yasmin. Les apuesto.
Ice frío hielo.
Ice frío,
Otra
hielo.
vez Jasmine, jaja.
Siento que es ella. Pero no sé. No, es que está fuera de zona.
Eso se viene lo chido, Jenny y Jasmine.
¿Dónde está Hernán que la frentona no me saludó? SJS.
Friendly stealth chopper inbound. Teams left, getting close to victory.
Oh shit, quedo contra 4. Ice, frío, hielo.
Jenny, ¿cuánto por una ceja?
¿Cómo? O sea, quitarme la pintura. O sea, lo que me pinto. O rapármela. Rapármela jamás. Sí, ahí vienen.
Rapado.
No, rapado jamás. No, 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 no. Ni loca. Fuck. ¡Amy, dispara! ¡Amy, dispara! ¡Dispara al lado! ¡Para que no suba! ¡Para que no suba! ¡Para que no suba! ¡Para que no suba! Perdón, te tuve que hacerte cartada, güey.
Pobre Aime le dieron hasta para llevar en su topper, jaja.
No, y me mató de mente.
Aime solo se puede usar una vez y dura 2 segundos su uso.
Güey, no. La usé bien feo. Y mi calzón.
La ropa, Jenny.
Ay, Dios. Déjenme voy para la ropa. Aquí está la 47. Aquí está la 47. Ahí voy, ahí voy, ahí voy, ahí voy.
Bien traicionera la Jenny, jajajaja.
Buenas. Jenny Francona, the law.
La hace bien, la hace bien. De que no seguimos que sea Amy de carnada. Ahorita regreso, amigos, voy por la ropa.
Sin presión de nada.
¿Qué onda, tío?
Milagro.
Hizo.
¿Agarraste un break o dejaste de trabajar?
No, sigo, nomás que tengo que echar la ropa a la secadora. No, no digo sacar la secadora.
No se muteó la criatura, jajaja.
Al fin alguien
Que no se vea un calzón.
SJS.
Y este pedo.
Hey, hey, no vean ese dog. Olis mi
Te llevaste el
Alexito.
mix.
Hola Alexa. Alexita asterisco.
Uy, güey.
Jajaja y como se escucha lo que saca de la lavadora, ajá.
Entraste al cuarto, ¿verdad? No, entraste al cuarto. Lleva esto para abajo. Llévalo. Que lo lleves. No. Yo sí. Entra Alexa, ¿verdad? No entró. Mentirosos. Sí, ya me dijo que entró. Ya me dijo que entró.
No entró al cuarto. No entro. Si entro, ¿quién?
No, no la regañé. ¿A poco yo sí? Como que me gusta este color. La verdad. Pero yo quiero mis rubios. Ahí toca ya. Eche la ropa a la cama.
No se vio nada.
¿Quieren ver? ¿Quiere ver cómo se ve? Miren, déjame ver la cámara.
Así déjatelo. ¿Cuáles pinches rubios?
Ay, güey. Ay, es que no se ve. Sí, me va a hacer los rubios. Miren. Ay, Dios mío. ¿Me va a dar la mía? No. ¿Tú doras la mía? No, yo sí.
A mí también me falta doblar ropa, jajaja.
Ya, ahí está.
La Jenny nos saluda. ¿Dónde está Hernán cuando más la necesito?
Hi, Piqui Lagarto. ¿Cuánto pago? Pelirroja rubia. Es que yo me quiero hacer mis rayitos. Hola, Adrián. Apenas la saqué de la
Pero aquí
lavadora.
estoy bien a gusto cotorreando con vos.
¿Qué iba a decir? Hola, Didier. Tengo que doblarla porque yo no voy a poder dormir en esa cama. Pero lo más seguro es que la voy a terminar poniendo en el piso. Big Boss, perdóname, Big Boss. Pero, Olis,
Hernán la frentona me saluda.
me cansé porque subí la canasta. Literal, la canasta es de un mes sin lavar ropa. Imagínense qué tan pesado tenía la ropa. O sea, qué tan pesado estaba la canasta. Y luego se me atravesieron todos ahí en la cocina que ni podía pasar. Apenas la traje de abajo, Jen. Pero no, la tengo que doblar, sí, amigos. ¿Qué? ¿Eso es de un mes? Sí. You said you couldn't find my watts. Ay, mañana tengo que ya doblar mi ropa a la de color blanco.
Reutilizas la ropa toda una semana y te la
Usa la
cambias a
RAM,
otra
Jenny.
semana.
A ver si
No,
te lleva a la
Patrick.
Wii.
La RAM.
Priske Vala over Prius Como Air JS.
¿Crees que vaya a haber previews como ayer? No, creo que no. No, Patrick, eso no. Con la RAM.
Simón.
¿Qué pasó con los calzones? De que, ¿sabes qué? Le dije a Daisy que nos fuéramos al casino y es menor de edad, no mames. Hoy sí, cierto, yo ni te corregí eso, yo sí. Tiene 20, creo que tiene que tener 21, ¿no?
Si no hay PRIPS, te reporto por
Ni
inhumility.
modo. Pati, Jessica, yo.
Franco tiene mucha fuente.
¿Y tú?
JS.
¿Por qué, mira? Oli, Nati. Pero si tiene 20, ¿verdad? Sí. Para entrar a un casino tiene que tener 21. Sí, ocupa tener 21. O sea, esa montaña de ropa...
No creas que soy cochino.
Ay, salúdame con más ganas, jajaja.
Nati, ve si te saludé
Este maldito
bien.
venezolano pobre, hijo de puta. Con la panza muerta.
Lo mejor.
Y ese coraje
Doblar y guardar.
al chile, pájaro. De hecho, compré un pantalón compré pantalones de Shein y me llegó uno y ay, como que me quedó un poquito grande.
Alf, no manches, empezamos fuertes.
Pero
¿Quién le hizo tanto daño, jajaja?
Essay, Wheaterando Factories.
no. Es que no tengo nada. No tengo ni balas, ni...
Al tiro que tienen humo.
¿Para qué quieres lavar más veces y a duras penas te vuelves? No lo creo. Por exceso de frentona JS.
No. Me fallé todo, tío. Hola, Dylan. Yo ni tengo otra clase de la K47 que está buena también.
Ya me
No,
veo yo
igual,
tirando
bueno,
mi
ya
hate en
tengo
otros
una,
streams
bueno,
que
tengo
hembras
dos.
No aguantan.
Tengo dos. Igual no la voy a usar por mucho tiempo. Porque uno siempre vuelve a la 117. Como de ver. Qué triste. Hola, Cuervo, hola, David. Y me tocó uno real.
Respeten a mi cuñis. No le digan frentona ósea si esta, pero ya no le digan, ¿ok? Ok.
Un poco.
Uno siempre regresa a donde fue feliz. Haas.
Exacto.
Miren.
Uno siempre vuelve donde fue feliz.
No,
Yo
de
por eso
hecho,
regresaba a las cosas que hacía
después de esta me voy a armar la type. Sí, el Hernán.
Que defensa JS.